Military response options after North Korea fired off another long-range ballistic missile.
This is the second launch since July 4th, when North Korea launched for the first time an intercontinental ballistic missile which traveled about 1,700 miles into outer space, an astonishing 7 times higher than the orbit of NASA's International Space Station.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson at the Pentagon, which says today's flight was more than 600 miles before the missile splashed down off the coast of Japan. President Trump hasn't said whether he'll sign a bill that slaps new sanctions on North Korea, Iran, and Russia, but Russia's already retaliating, ordering a cut in the number of U.S. diplomats there, just hours after that bill won final approval in Congress. The U.S. is telling diplomats' families in Venezuela's capital to get out ahead of a big vote Sunday in that country's constitutional crisis. Fox's Eben Brown with this live.
And Lisa, the U.S. State Department is pushing family members of its diplomats and staff on assignment in Caracas, Venezuela, to get back here before the weekend vote to potentially redraft the nation's constitution. The decision by socialist dictator Nicolas Maduro to start a new charter from scratch has led to violent and deadly unrest, and his opponents claim it's yet another power grab and a move to oppress people. Maduro claims he's trying to prevent a coup d'etat by forces aligned with the United States. Lisa.
Thanks, Eben. Meantime, there have been clashes during those months of unrest. One AP count says about 100 people have died in those clashes. A mixed day on Wall Street, but the Dow up 33 points at the closing bell to a third record close in a row at 21,829. The S&P and the NASDAQ lower for a second day. Disappointing earnings reports overshadowing a stronger second quarter for the U.S. economy. Fox News, fair and balanced.
I'm Dana Lash with NRA Carry Guard. I carry my firearm every day. I pray I'll never be forced to use it. But if I do, I know NRA Carry Guard will have my back. I can choose up to $1 million in insurance-backed protection, plus a special attorney referral network to give me the representation I need. Learn more and sign up today at nracarry.com or call 1-866-NRA-1234 to become an NRA Carry Guard member today.
Home isn't just a place, it's a feeling that you're safe to enjoy the things that matter most. ADT lets you take that feeling with you. Whether you're at home, your business, or online, we help keep you safe with security systems, home automation, alarms, and surveillance, so you can feel at home wherever you are. Go to ADT.com to get that feeling for less than $1 a day. ADT. Home. Safe home.
Trump vowing to eradicate violent gangs like MS-13, blamed for more than a dozen recent murders in New York's Suffolk County alone.
One by one, we're liberating our American towns. Can you believe that I'm saying that? I'm talking about liberating our towns. It's like I'd see in a movie.
In a Long Island speech to law enforcement officers, the president emphasizing his overall crackdown on illegal immigrant crime. Many of the MS-13 gang members are from El Salvador and Guatemala. Evacuations in Massachusetts because of a gas leak.
A disaster that could have been. That's a description by workers standing around a gaping hole in a 4-inch gas feeder line here in Cambridge, Massachusetts, that was inadvertently severed by a worker.
Thank God, it wasn't worse than it was.
Marcia Sanchez was getting dressed at 8 a.m.
I heard boom and stuff like that, but they're digging up and doing different things around here. So I didn't pay any attention to that noise.
But a neighbor did. When she didn't see Mrs. Sanchez on the sidewalk, she called one of her daughters in Atlanta, who then called up to Massachusetts to make sure her mom had evacuated. In Cambridge, Massachusetts, Bill Marcus, Fox News.
A construction mishap is blamed for knocking out power to popular parts of North Carolina, Hatteras and Ocracoke Islands.
We are working to supply the 7 villages on Hatteras Island with temporary generator power. We have a diesel plant in Buxton that has been running since yesterday.
That's Laura Erdl with Cape Hatteras Electric Cooperative. She says they also have a number of portable generators in use, but that people are still having to curtail power use during this crisis, including not using air conditioning. In addition, some 10,000 tourists were forced to evacuate from Ocracoke Island. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News Radio.
Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast brought to you by Chief Bauer. Trust the experts at Chief Bauer Service Experts to keep you cool all summer long. Call 866-EXPERTS or you can visit them online at chiefbauer.com. We have a beautiful week ahead for the start of Illinois football training camp. Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 54. Saturday, sunny, clear, high 81, a low of 57. Sunday, sunny, clear, high 83, a low of 60. Right now, mostly sunny, 83, feels like 87 in Champaign-Urbana.
It's the Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. Lon Tay, Jeremy Warner, Tay and J Show.
We can say that for
the Tay and J Show. That's the saddest. Well, there's two. Obviously, working with you every day is going to be. I'm not going to hash that out again. But the Tay and J Show is going to. I mean, that's going away.
Yeah, we announced that yesterday. In case you missed it.
In the world.
You got
Jeremy Warner.
You got 3 more weeks of us, though, with football training camp right smack dag in the middle of our show. I will be taking some shows off here, so we are limited of how many shows we have left together.
Can I tell you a funny thing today? So I have a client, a possible client, in Orland Park.
Yeah, sure.
And I've got to go up there and see him to go quote, etc. And I was sitting there going, wait a minute. And I looked at your email about football camp schedule, and I'm like, I can pretty much do it on Wednesdays because that's the day you're going to be here. But I don't know the Carp can. So it's one of those. Then I said, how about this? How about I just get there at 9 a.m. and we'll get this done? Yeah. It was so funny, though, that I'm like, I am now working around your schedule, who's working around the Illinois football schedule.
Yeah, but this is why the change makes sense for us as well.
In a nutshell, right.
And we hashed that out yesterday. But I do want the reaction from people. There was some interesting things.
Yeah.
I didn't know how many people love Dan Le Batard.
Isn't that the truth?
Or hated Dan Le Batard.
Right. Oh, because you would get an award.
It is either you love him or you hate him. And the one thing about Dan Le Batard, it's not really a sports show.
It's not.
They'll talk sports.
It's kind of a social setting.
It's a cast of characters. Yep. It's kind of based off of Howard Stern. I mean, that's what Dan Patrick has done, and Dan Le Batard's done it in a different kind of way. Yes. But it's a cast of characters. They do a bunch of different stuff. They take a lot of chances on that show.
They do.
And it's worked out for them where they have a huge audience, including in this neighborhood. People who listen to our station, ESPN 93.5. So there were some disappointed people that I will be on from 9 to 11.
Isn't that funny?
Starting on August 21st.
It's like, we apologize.
I'm sorry. You can watch them.
Yeah.
I think they're on ESPN TV somewhere. Or you can watch on the ESPN radio app or whatever it is, or the stream online. We are still working on 11 to 12. I think we will have Le Batard.
Okay.
Then we'll have the whole Rosillo show. 3 to 4, I still think we're hashing that out.
I heard this morning Diane and Stevie say, and this could be wrong, that they were going to replay
I don't know if it's the
first hour of your show. I didn't know if they maybe replay whatever hour you thought was best. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Not that I'm expecting one to be bad, but maybe there's 1 hour you had Brad Underwood on, let's say.
I think that's over my head.
Okay.
Decision over my head. But yeah, sure. Though I think that there's discussion that they'll replay one of my hours so that if you missed me in the morning, you'll get the best.
Which I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love that idea. And then, of course, from 4 to 6 be Carp and I. Yeah. So we've got you covered. I mean, that's if you count that'd be 5 hours of content, I guess, we're going to deliver, although one would be a replay.
I do want to say thank you to everyone who has reached out. It has been ridiculous how many people have reached out, and that just tells me, Lon, that people kind of liked us.
I agree with you.
Which is a cool thing.
Yes, it is.
That we meant something to people. Yeah. I don't know if it meant a lot. There were a couple people, the messages were unbelievable of what we meant to them, and you don't even realize it, that just us talking and, being idiots for 3 hours a day gets people through life.
It does.
And we become a part of their lives. And that's why I do take it seriously that radio, I think, is the most intimate form of media.
Would agree.
Because you're alongside them. You're there every day. You're talking with them. Mm-hmm. And there's just something about just having the ears, right? You're not seeing us unless you're watching the YouTube, but we're just there every day. And you get to know us as people. Unlike TV, I don't think you get to see that as much.
It's just so short.
Yeah.
You get to know a sports guy on TV, but it's because you're seeing them a total of maybe 8 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And that's the 6 o'clock and the 10 o'clock. Whereas with us, you're hearing us for minus the commercials, an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Constant talking. For you and I, it's good that we're on radio, probably.
Yeah.
The way we look. So it's probably one of those situations. But last night, I felt like you running Twitter. I'm not used to, every once in a while my notification thing will show up and I might have 3 notifications, or I may actually say something clever, which doesn't happen often, and maybe 10 notifications of people liking that. Last night I went out to dinner and I shut my phone off. Like yesterday was tough on me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to shut my phone off. I'm not ready to tackle even the praise, I'm like, I'm not ready to tackle that. I'm not ready.
Because it means it's coming to an end.
It's coming to an end, and
right?
It's tough. It's tough. This is going to be tough for me. So last night I just shut my phone off. I'm like, I don't want to do this. So I got home about 10:30, and I laid in bed, and I've got Wi-Fi now.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is huge. So in the past, it would have taken me till 4 a.m. to read through all the things, but now with Wi-Fi. But I looked on there, I've got like 60-some notifications on Twitter, and I'm not saying that for any other reason than to say thank you, because all of them were just, you guys, listen, thank you for what you did. Thank you for entertaining us. We appreciate this. Good luck. I loved that, that everybody was like, I think a lot of people saw it the way we see it, that this is good for you and I. This is good. This is a personally good for you and I. And they're not losing us. We're still going to be on every day. You and I are still going to be on every day, not together.
I think people are bummed we are done.
I agree.
And I hope we got this across. We are too.
Yes.
Right?
There's no doubt.
That's the worst part of this entire deal. Is we are done as a couple.
Right. We're breaking up.
Even if it's an amicable breakup, unlike a lot of these radio stations.
Oh, no doubt.
It's still a breakup.
This is almost tougher. Like, I wish we did hate each other.
Right. It's
like then it'd be like, well, good, I only have to work with him for 3 more weeks.
It's like a long-distance relationship where you and I are just like, man, I really love you, Lon, but I just can't do this.
I can't do it anymore. There's just certain things you're not doing for me anymore. But that is the truth, and that's the tough part for me, and that's going to be really tough. And I joked to Carp last night. I said, or when we were leaving the station, I'm like, I don't know that I can do August 18th. I'm not sure I can be here because I'm going to be an emotional mess. But it does mean a lot, and I appreciated all the thank yous, and just that makes a person feel good. I don't care who you are. When somebody says something good about you, I think it's the best trait of any human in America. If you can every day wake up and think of something to say to someone that's good, I think if you make one person smile every day, and I don't do that on purpose. I don't sit there and wake up and go, all right, my goal today, but
to make Austin smile.
Exactly. And he's the last one that I'd make smile because he's a Cubs fan. But really, I think if you do that, and yesterday, all of you listeners made me smile. And that means so much. It really makes your heart full.
Except for the texter who called us Dumb and Dumber.
I saw that. Yeah, because I do the HE
double hockey
sticks once in a while. So I'm done. I'm done cursing.
Yeah. So apparently we cursed too much on this show.
And we said crap.
Yes.
I didn't know that was a bad word.
Yeah, it's fine with the FCC. It's fine with me. I mean, it's PG-13 radio.
Right, exactly. And I respect that, so we apologize for that. But
I don't.
I was going to say.
I do not apologize.
I was about ready to say I apologize for that, but it's going to continue. So I don't know what else to tell you guys.
No, it's everyone reaching out to me. I got so many texts, so many messages, and it's a bittersweet thing. I want to make people sure that, like, yes, I mean, there were so many people happy for me that it's the Jeremy Werner show or whatever it is. And yes, that's cool. Yeah. That's a new challenge for me, but it's not something I really wanted all that much.
Absolutely.
But it's the best thing for me personally.
Yes, so, it is.
It's really bittersweet that the Tay and J Show, that brand is much stronger than me by itself. So, it's going to weaken a little bit here in the short term, but I think long term, this is best for me and Lon personally, and I do think it's best for ESPN 93.5.
I do too.
To have a morning show and an afternoon show with different voices.
And I certainly, to get personal with me, I hope people understand. Doing a 3-hour sports show is a lot. It's a lot.
Especially when you have another full-time gig, and both of us have full-time gigs.
Right.
Both of us have kids.
Yes.
Right? I think some people think this is our job. Mm-hmm. It's a part-time job.
Right. That is correct.
But it's a 3-hour show, which for a lot of people is a full-time job. And for me, it's like having, with the drive here and back home, and with, getting the show ready. it takes me 6 hours a day.
Right.
And that's a lot in life. So now I might get 3 extra hours of my life back. That's huge for me.
You will feel the world off your shoulders.
Yeah.
You really will. I mean, and that's the truth. Now, there'll be some new pressures with you and me. There'll be pressures with me, jiving with Carp, but luckily we've worked together for so long that I'm not worried about that. There are issues that Carp and I worry about with he and I, bringing content to the show. We've talked about that. We had a 2-hour meeting, he and I, just discussing, hey, you know what? When I come on the Tay and J Show now, I don't necessarily worry about content.
Right.
I can provide content. I probably know a little more sports than a lot of people think. It's not that I dumb myself down as an act. I don't. But when I come on here, I feel like you're going to be the content, and you always have been. You've always delivered that. And I told Carp, I said, there has to be a happy medium now. I have to deliver some more content, and Carp needs to, and he agreed with this, and I think he's ready for this. I know we look at Carp sometimes as fanboy Carp.
Yeah.
And I said, and Carp is a smart kid, one of the smartest people I've ever met. And and he gets it, and he said, Lon, he's like, I want to kind of go away from that. And I told him, I said, the quote to me was, I said to him, Carp, instead of saying, I just hate John Gross. I hate John Gross. I'm ready to. Why do you hate John Gross? Why aren't we? Why are they not rebounding well? Blah, blah, blah. That's what he and I combined, I think, can do that.
Here's my thing, though. I don't think you guys should be different from who you are.
No, we're not.
And I don't want. I told Carp this. I go, don't go too far away of who you are.
Nope, and that was the second part to my story.
Yes.
Because I told him, I said, we need to bring a little more content. We need to be a little more serious, not run it off the tracks like we used to joke about. But I said, we also cannot lose who we are.
Yeah.
And I think people have grown to where I think they can like that.
And the fun thing about both of our shows is when we started the Tay and J Show, we didn't think it was going to become what this was.
No, not at all.
We had no idea what a Friday 5 at 5 was, or a list, or all this different stuff.
The Werner Rap.
Yeah, that we do on the show. It grows, it evolves. It's going to get a lot better because the first couple shows we did together weren't very good.
No.
But and I expect the first ones we do with our separate things aren't going to be as strong.
No.
As when we really get into a rhythm.
Once we get into it.
With our new thing. So I think it's going to be something great down the line.
Stevie paid us a compliment this morning, I heard. I was only able to listen for a little bit, but you remember Holland Cook?
Yeah.
Holland Cook was a consultant that he brought in to basically help start our show when it was the Connect FM back in the day. And I guess Holland listened to you and I the first day and said, they're done. They got it. I don't need to worry about them anymore. And I guess he could tell right away that there was a.
Well, that's what's tough about this because it was
no doubt.
It was such a rare chemistry.
It really is,
and that naturally came that we can't replicate again.
It's amazing, and it's been fun. And we can go through all. This is enough of this wallowing. We can go through all this on August 18th.
But I came out and I was like, oh, do we just go into sports talk today? I'm like, you know what? People want to hear us talk about this.
I agree.
Still.
I totally agree.
Because it was a shock yesterday for a lot of people.
Yes.
They've had a little time to digest it, and now we could talk about it a little more.
And I want to thank Josh Whitman as well. Josh sent out a very nice tweet about you and I and Carp and Austin and Stevie and basically said, look, congratulations to what you guys have done. I'm going to miss the show, but I'm excited for more Illinois coverage as well because now we're going to provide 4 hours of local sports, and a lot of that's going to be Illinois, let's face it. So I appreciate what Josh did. That means a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, things like that mean a lot when it's a peer and it's someone that you respect and he respects you. So that means a lot, and I know a lot of the Illinois coaches. I'm sure they all understand what's going on, and they get that too. So we appreciate all that, and we love it, and it's going to be fun. I do know this, that last week we are going to come up with some fun stuff.
Yes.
Like I'm going to do a hockey minute, even though it'll be like August.
Yes.
We have to do, and I know you hate writing them. Or you don't hate it, but you got tired of doing it.
Oh, a Werner Rap.
You're doing a Werner Rap one day, 3 times, so I can do my
Absolutely.
Go!
Absolutely.
I mean, we are bringing
that
back.
All week.
Right, we're bringing that back.
I could have Austin ghostwrite it for me.
Yeah, there you go, and then we'll do the Werner Rap. Go.
We will talk some sports today. We're not going to talk about this all day. Some baseball things going on. The Cubs won another trophy. Finally, jeez. Illinois football has a huge cookout today. We broke that down a little yesterday. There's more going on as well. We'll talk some Illinois football preview camp with a guy who I love breaking down the nitty-gritty of a roster with, Robert Rosenthal, IlliniBoard.com. We'll go through each position and get Robert's thoughts on that. Camp Rantoul used to be his favorite thing in the world.
Yes.
I'm wondering year 2 how he's feeling of that no longer being the case, where he's actually in Champaign. There's more restaurants. I don't think he likes that.
He likes Camp
He loves the Camp Rantoul experience.
The what's the word? He loved just the nature of it. I think he just loved that.
Yeah.
The fact that they had been there for so long.
We'll also talk with Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com, to preview the third evaluation period. It seems like there could be some movement going on with Illinois basketball and just college basketball in general. After July, generally some kids start committing. They start lining up their official visits. So there could be some movement there. We'll talk to Derek about that. We'll also talk to Brad Dancer, Illini tennis coach. Alex Vukic is going for a championship, a professional championship, right here at Atkins Tennis Center.
Awesome.
We'll talk to Brad about that at 3:50. And some not great things going on with the Cardinals. Some internal strife between two
heavyweights.
Heavyweights in that organization.
One guy that mentored the other, and now it's interesting on that. All right, before we take a break, though, we've got a couple of people on the line, and one of them is one of our favorites. Donna. How are you, Donna?
I am fine. I want to congratulate both of you. That's going to work out great for both of you guys. And I can see Jeremy's point where he wants to be with his family.
Yes.
And you want to be with yours. But there's one thing that I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'll be going to Seattle the 28th of August. And I don't know if I'll be able to call back, like I did before.
Well,
but I want to take you guys out for a beer before you left.
We have to do that, Donna, because we've talked about this for 3 years. Let's do it.
Do you know when I met you guys, and I'm serious, remember when you were out there off of Springfield?
Yep.
At the old radio station?
That's right.
Okay, it's been I'll be cancer-free for 6 years.
Oh, wow.
And that's how long I've known you guys.
That's great. Donna, that's the best news of the day right there. Donna.
Well, all you got to do is behave yourself so long.
Well, now, wait a minute. Now, let's don't go too far here. Let's stay right.
But Jeremy always behaves himself.
Yes, he does.
He's got a cute little boy.
Now, wait a minute. Why does he get that? Come on.
Well, because I gave his son a Cubs outfit.
I know.
Or a Bears outfit.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
Donna, thank you thank you for listening all these years.
Oh, I love it. I'm going to love both of your shows. I think it's good for both of you. I really do.
Thank you, Donna.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. That is Donna in Urbana. Why do you get to be the angel?
Got a couple good text messages as well.
By the way, I asked, she said it's good for the families. I asked my family, and they're like, we don't want to see you the extra hour a day.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's been so many text messages. Some people that have had people in the hospital, and they said we were kind of their strength. We were their escape. Whatever it is, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, we won't go into it. You emailed me something this morning, and I was crying at my office. Yeah. I was reading it to Betsy, and I was crying.
You don't think you mean that much to somebody,
it's
but
amazing.
It's pretty cool to hear that from people.
Tom, how are you, buddy?
Hey, pretty good, guys. I called in yesterday and had a couple of questions for you guys, and you guys answered all my questions perfectly over the last, 7 months I've been listening to you. And whatever your guys' future holds, bless you both.
Thank you very much,
because
Tom.
if it wasn't for you guys to bring us the news that Illinois has, and I know Cardinals ain't doing so hot, and I'm not sweating it. I've been a Cardinal fan all my life, but we gotta let them Northsiders from up north win at least 1 or 2 ball games now and then. I mean, even though it took them 108 years to win a World Series.
There you go. Way to throw that in. Way to throw that in for Austin's sake. I'm looking right at him, too, and he's grinning at me. I love it. Tom?
But, listening to you guys has been a blessing. I got my wife that works at FedEx that listens to you guys now. I got 4 or 5 other guys at FedEx listen to you. You guys are the best, and whatever holds. Bless you guys both, and, keep going on.
I appreciate that, Tom, more than you know. Thank you very much. I hope that's the sentiment with a lot of people. We've tried.
Yeah.
Tried to have fun.
Yeah,
well, I've had fun. I hope people
that's the biggest thing.
Fun listening to us. Having fun.
This is us.
Yeah, right.
We never faked anything. We didn't try to embrace debate. We were us, and we put together a show that was honest and fun. Yep. I think that's the most important thing. Is we tried to have fun, and you guys made it fun.
Now that's enough about us.
Yeah. The White Sox just promoted Ronaldo Lopez.
Oh, here we go.
Boom.
Wait,
happening.
That wasn't a trade though.
No.
Oh,
they're promoting Ronaldo Lopez.
So here comes the promotions now.
Yes.
This is the next thing in line. Woo! All right, we're going to talk to Brad Dancer this hour. Robert Robert Rosenthal. I can't wait to talk to him from IlliniBoard.com at 4 o'clock. Derek Piper at 5:25. A lot to do today. You can always weigh in like a couple have on the Jupiter's The Crossing phone line. You can also text in like a few have on the Chief Bauer text line. That's 359-2255.
You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Tay and J Show. Those will switch to Tay and Carp soon. WSJK is our app. Get the podcast at ESPNCU.com or find us in iTunes. That's all powered by GTPS Insurance. You can watch us live on YouTube. Just search Tay and J Show. Our interns today, Harry Black, Trevor Valise, Austin Birkeland. Is that it?
Nate snuck in.
Oh, Nate's in there?
Nate snuck in.
What's up, Nate?
Nathan DeHaan.
Yeah, you can also, that's it.
That's it.
I think I got them all.
We got it.
There you go.
Man, we're going to be a train wreck the rest of these times.
Hey, you get all the followers, man. Part of the divorce.
You've got right.
You got all the Twitter and Facebook followers. I got to build it up from the ground up.
Hey, I've got a better attorney. That's all I can say about that. It is the Tay and J Show.
You're always welcome home at the end of a busy day at Platinum Award-winning Comfort Suites on Lincoln Avenue in Urbana, rated #1 on TripAdvisor. All rooms are suite style with a sitting area and pull-out sofa. Enjoy their 24-hour indoor heated pool, spa, and fitness center, full hot breakfast buffet daily, and a complimentary light evening meal Monday through Wednesday. Comfort Suites also offers a group and airport shuttle, and they're pet-friendly. You'll always be welcomed at the end of your day at Platinum Award-winning Comfort Suites. Call 328-3500 to reserve your overnight stay today. 328-3500.
At Honda, we always look for ways to innovate. That's why we combined summer and celebration to create the Honda Summerbration sales event. You can combine 0.9% APR with the stylish Accord, a car and driver's 10 best a record 31 times. So hurry into your local Honda dealer for the Honda Summerbration sales event. It's amaze-tacular.
Car and driver January 2017. APR financing offers available for well-qualified buyers. See dealer for financing details.
Honda's introducing a new word, Summerbration. Use it as a noun, like, I picked up a 2017 Civic with 0.9% APR at the Honda Summerbration sales event. Or a verb, I'm summerbrating with KBB.com's Best Buy overall winner. Start your Summerbration today at your Honda dealer.
Visit your local Central Illinois Honda dealers today.
For more information, visit KellyBlueBooksKBB.com. APR financing offers available for well-qualified buyers. Offer excludes all hatchback models and Civic SI. See dealer for financing details.
Game Day Spirit, the official fan store of the Fighting Illini, is now open at their new location at 1602 South Neal Street in Champaign. Stop in and check brand new styles at the corner of Neal and Kirby across from McDonald's. Game Day has new looks to head back to school for the men, women, juniors, and youth. Plus, Game Day Spirit has a huge selection of buy one, get one free Illini shirts for the whole family. Shop Game Day Spirit on Green Street at their new location at 1602 South Neal and online at GameDaySpirit.com. Go Illini.
It was big, huger than huge.
Big would be an understatement. Wow, this is giant.
It's Rosati's Pizza's Big Deal Beginning of the Week sale. This Monday and Tuesday, the big, huge deal is coming your way. Score a 14-inch, 2-topping thin crust pizza with a 2-liter for $17.10. Rosati's continues to celebrate their 10th anniversary with really large, big deals. A 14-inch, 2-topping thin crust pizza with a 2-liter for only $17.10 at Rosati's Pizza. 701 South Gregory and online at myrosatis.com.
Are you looking for a new home or planning to refinance your existing home? Hi, this is Todd Duracon from First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana, getting you and your home faster with loan closings in 30 days, mortgage loans, and refinancing that's fast, friendly, and local. We invite you to visit our experienced team of mortgage experts to find out how First Federal Savings Bank can help you with your loan closing in 30 days. For more information, visit 356bank.com. First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. Get what you want out of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Why drive to Key West when you can enjoy the new Tiki Bar and Patio at Daly's Sports Bar, 116 West Washington Street in Philo. With 9 flat-screen TVs and the MLB package, you can take in your favorite team's action live. Daily drink specials Wednesday through Friday evening from 5 to 9 p.m. Enjoy the Daly's Outback Food Wagon on the patio featuring special burgers, sandwiches, shrimp baskets, fried and grilled cod, nachos, tacos, and cheesy fries. Now through August 25th, enter to win a trip to Las Vegas with $100 cash drawings every Friday. There's no purchase necessary to enter and win. Co-sponsored by XL Entertainment, Illinois' most chosen terminal operator. Play slots and win some cash at Daly's, featuring the latest and hottest slots. Come in and play slots, have a blast, some great food and drinks, and hit the jackpot. Be sure and enter for your chance to go to Vegas now through August 25th with $100 cash drawings every Friday at Daily Sports Bar, 116 West Washington in the heart of Philo. Must be 21 or older to play slots. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Diane Ducey here to tell you about Mobile Meter. When I'm playing taxi to my kiddos, I no longer have to worry about parking tickets and loose change. I downloaded the Mobile Meter app to ease my parking frustrations. You should download the Mobile Meter app today. It's available on iTunes, on your phone app store, or at mobilemeter.us.
When you're heading home, Tay and J are on your way talking sports. Weekday afternoons 3 to 6 here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Hello, I'm Austin Berkman with the 3:30 Sports Center update presented by State Farm agent John Kaywood. Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent John Kaywood in Champaign at 217-367-1105. Illini basketball offered Indianapolis 2018 wing Aaron Henry. Henry has offers from Indiana University, Xavier, UConn, Nebraska, and MSU, among others. Vikings have waived former Illini QB Wes Lunt. Lunt is now an unrestricted free agent. Cubs win the Cup. Cubs win the Cup. The Cubs beat the White Sox 6-3 last night to claim the Crosstown Cup 3-1.
About time.
Kyle Schwarber went deep twice and collected a triple. Rizzo hit one as well. Here's Kyle Schwarber's line in 15 games since returning from Iowa. 280, 368, 680, 5 homers, and 8 RBIs.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I mean,
post-Iowa Hall of Fame right there.
Yeah, right. Good call.
On the Sox side, Jose Abreu homered 2 times, so maybe that ups the trade value. The Cubs have a 3-game series against the second-place Brewers starting tonight at 7:10 from Milwaukee. It's Quintana versus Sutter tonight. The Cubs are 1.5 games ahead of the Brew Crew. Check out the game on US 105.9. The White Sox take on the winners of 7 straight, the Cleveland Indians. It's Danny Salazar versus Derek Holland. The White Sox are promoting Reynaldo Lopez. He is the 6th-ranked prospect in the Sox organization, which is still really good. Cardinals fell to 50-52 after the D-backs 4-0 win in Busch. The newest Diamondback, J.D. Martinez, went deep off Luke Weaver. Forced 20th of the year. The Cardinals take on the D-backs tonight. It's Robbie Ray versus Michael Wacha. Game time at 7:15 on ESPN CU 93.5. And that, my friends, is the Sports Center update.
Thank you, Austin. Speaking of the Cardinals, they are hosting the Diamondbacks. The weekend is a great promotion. It's filled, including a 1967 World Series trophy. What is a trophy?
I don't know, whatever you want it to be.
Trophy. Adult replica 1919 jersey. How did they think of that one? 1919. Is it like made of like hay? Yeah, or wool. Hey.
My grandpa had a wool high school jersey.
Did he really?
That's hanging up in my mom's basement.
Oh, now that's cool. And then, of course, a kid's pocket t-shirt. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
So Mike Matheny last night was talking about, Carson Kelly, Eric Fry. They released Eric Fryer. Carson Kelly's could become the backup, and that Molina occasionally needs a night off. And Matheny said to reporters, Yadi's caught a lot. Yesterday, just kind of watching him go around the bases, too. You could tell that he's, and they changed his course mid-sentence, but implied that Molina is tired. On Friday morning, Molina responded via social media, stressing on Instagram his readiness to play as the Cardinals try to stay in contention in the NL Central. Quote from Molina that he wrote on Instagram, I train to play 174 games because that's what it takes to be a champion. I'm not tired, and the day I feel tired, I'll express it myself.
Oh, boy.
And he said, #misinforming.
Ooh. That's not good.
That's what hurts, that hashtag, right?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah.
This sounds like a team losing.
Yeah, it does. Doesn't it?
Because, all right, what's your reaction?
My reaction initially is this. I feel like Yadi's feeling a little pressure. Not that he should. I think it's still his job full time. But I think he's feeling a little pressure, and wouldn't we all if the next guy in line was right there?
But he's having a great year.
He's having a great year. Now, if anybody should know how to handle this, it's Mike Matheny, who was in Yadi's exact position when Yadi was brought up, and I feel like Yadi should be able to handle this as well. So I feel like the respect should not happen.
This shouldn't be an issue.
Not between these two especially.
I blame Yadi for, what are you doing?
That's correct.
I know Yadi is God down in St. Louis to Cardinals fans, But what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're making an issue out of nothing.
Right. And you were in this spot with Mike. I mean, you were the guy, the up-and-comer. So, I mean, yes, I agree with you. Yachty gets a pass on everything. He shouldn't on this. And Mike Matheny, I don't know.
You could tell Mike, like, mid-thoughts, like, oh, he's going to be angry at me for this because he's so prideful about this.
He really is.
But, Yachty. No,
you're right. You're right.
You're old. You're an unbelievable catcher.
He is.
And Mike Matheny isn't saying otherwise.
No.
He's not saying you're not a champion.
Nope.
But now you've made this an issue.
And he's not going behind your back to push you out.
Yeah, what did Mike say that's wrong?
No, nothing. Nothing.
Running around the bases, he thought you looked tired.
I guess maybe Yachty has earned the right to say, I want out today. Otherwise,
you know what?
I'm in the lineup every day.
The Cardinals pay your paycheck. And they pay Mike Matheny a paycheck to make these decisions.
That's correct. And you wonder if Yachty hasn't gotten to that point, and some players do, where they feel entitled to think, this is when I'm going to play.
This is what happens when you lose games. This is what happens.
You're exactly right.
When there's strife.
Mm-hmm.
And, Yachty's the last guy I thought would do this.
Correct.
But it's obviously a sign that he's not maybe fully into Mike Matheny at this point.
Agree.
If you're going to go out and do that, you're showing a little bit of disrespect to Mike Matheny. And I know that's the story. And we talked about Chris Raby. We think Matheny's going to be back next year. So I don't think it's a big issue with. I don't think it's a big storyline for the Cardinals themselves. But it does show that this doesn't happen that often with Cardinals.
No, it doesn't. There's been a few things this year.
One thing about Mike Matheny is he's kept that on lockdown.
Right.
There haven't been issues like this. Unlike Robin Ventura, who I thought was a terrible on-field manager, but then he just let the locker room implode on itself.
Just control him.
Mike Matheny's always controlled that locker room.
He is. And it's interesting because, you watch last night, Carson Kelly makes a nice throw to third, gets a guy stealing third. He shows off that cannon. And I'm sure if you're Yachty, you're sitting there and there's a little bit in you saying, uh-oh. I don't know that I want to not play that often because maybe I don't want that kid to go out and go 3 for 4 and throw guys out and look good blocking the plates or blocking pitches and knocking pitches down. So it seems a little jealousy on my mind, a little bit on Yachty. And you're right. I don't think anybody – I guess if there's a player on the Cardinals that has the entitlement maybe, it would be him. But you know what? Adam Wainwright, every time he goes to the hill, wants to throw 9 innings. And at some point, Mike Matheny comes out and gets the ball from him. Yeah. Now, the competitor in Matheny's not, or in Wainwright's not happy. Right. He's not giving him the ball going, oh, thank God, man. I was out. I was worn out. He's sitting there going, why are you taking me out, man? Now he's not going to show up. He's not going to show him up on the field. But I love the competitiveness, but yet you're right. This was a little petty on Yachty's part. No doubt.
Social media, too.
Yeah, well, come on. This social media thing. Are we ever going to get over that?
It's an old dude going to social media. It's like a couple of years older than me.
I know.
Here, Ronaldo Lopez called up by the White Sox, the second top prospect they've called up in the last month.
So who's this kid?
Ronaldo Lopez is the main piece. We thought Giolito was at the time, but Ronaldo Lopez, I was so excited they could get both those guys, plus Dane Dunning, who's a first-round pick for Adam Eaton. But he was one of the top prospects they got in that Adam Eaton deal, the number 59 prospect in all of minor league baseball. Here's a little bit of a scouting report from MLB.com. Lopez averaged 96 miles an hour and hit 100 with his fastball in the big leagues. He did pitch for the Nationals a little bit last year, though his heater tended to get hit more than his secondary pitches because its life isn't as impressive as its velocity. His curveball features power and depth, and it can be a plus pitch at times and have trouble finding the strike zone at others. His changeup has become an effective third pitch, though it lacks consistency. Lopez usually throws strikes but can run into trouble with his command because he sometimes overthrows and doesn't stay on line at the plate. Though he's a fly ball pitcher who lacks the size to create a lot of angle and plane, he still manages to minimize the damage done by home runs. He has made significant progress in each of the last 3 seasons and is still young, 23. Wow. So Chicago is optimistic that he can develop into a frontline starter. In 111 innings this year at AAA, he's got a 3.65 ERA, 117 strikeouts, 42 walks. That's a 1-2-3 whip, so he does let people get on base. Okay. But is a power pitcher who's got a little bit of major league experience.
And they feel like he's ready to come up and seize, so that will be exciting to watch that. That will be exciting to watch this White Sox team kind of revamp that rotation that I talked about either yesterday or the day before about how that was always one thing that you could count on with the White Sox was Sale and Quintana and all these guys. So now you're going to start seeing these. Isn't it exciting, though?
Yeah.
I can remember when Reyes came up. I can remember when Waino came up.
When this deal was done, I was really excited about Lopez because when he did come up to the majors last year, he held his own.
Okay.
And he didn't seem to have as many mechanical issues. Some people think he is more of a reliever, but the White Sox obviously have the time. They have the space to give him to see if he can be a starter, and they think he'll be a 2 or 3 starter.
This is going to be fun to watch. Now, how many do you think will come up this year? How many kids do you think will end up making it up this season?
Giolito will be interesting. Kopech won't. Eloy Jimenez won't. Rutherford won't.
Fulmer? He's struggling.
Fulmer will at some point. Because he's in AAA at some point, whether it's September or a little bit beforehand. You might as well bring him up. Spencer Adams is interesting. He's really doing well in Double-A, but they might hold off on that. The kid they just acquired, Ryan Cordell, the outfielder from Milwaukee, they might bring him up if he's healthy. So he's another guy. And then the kid they just acquired from the Casey Gillespie. They just acquired from Tampa. He's a kid who can come up because he's 24 years old and done pretty well at the minor league level.
Speaking of Milwaukee, big series now this weekend, Cubbies and Brewers. Is it a 1-game lead for Chicago, or it'll be 2? I'm going to bring on Austin right now. Austin, are you 1 game, 2 game?
We are 1.5 up.
1.5 up on the Brewers. Brewers coming to Wrigley, is that right?
No, we're going to Wrigley North.
You're going to Wrigley North.
It doesn't matter. It's home field advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. How are you feeling going into this? This is an interesting series because Milwaukee is clinging to life, if you will.
The worst case scenario is the Brewers sweep, but then that means we're still tied in the loss column with them. So that makes me feel good. But I want to actually keep a lead more on the Cardinals and Pirates right now.
Okay.
And if we bury the Brewers in the process, then that's obviously a plus.
This is a big chance for them to do that. Because Milwaukee came here for that 1 game. They were celebrating like, hey, we're here.
That's right.
And then after the All-Star break, the Brewers have really fallen down while the Cubs have done the thing we've all expected them to do. If you're the Cubs, this is a chance to step on their throats and be like, okay, this is still our division.
Yeah, and tonight's a great way to rub salt in the wound by using Quintana, the guy that the Brewers were tied with for the longest time. Him getting the win over that team and that organization would be the greatest thing for the Cubs organization right now. But I think they will get it done.
You guys are bullies.
Can I mention this? I saw a tweet from CSN Chicago, and I totally misread it. I thought they said that he was being promoted. Lopez, he's not.
Oh, he's not.
He is not, but he is close.
Well, I'm glad you gave us.
He is really close. Okay. But that's I just misread that tweet. So
I'm excited to see some of these arms come up with the White Sox.
He's close.
Austin, it sounds like the Cubs you guys are turning into bullies, is what you're doing.
Hey.
I mean, now you're like, we're going to throw Quintana in their face now. I mean, you guys are just getting mean now.
Yeah, we were the bullies who had the broken arm and the broken leg in the first day of school. But then guess what? After winter break, we're back.
We grew.
Yes, we're 3 inches. We're out of our casts. We're ready to take on any and all takers.
This will be interesting because the Cubbies, after what they did last year, they've been a surprise team. Mm-hmm. I think everybody would admit on the wrong way this year in terms of trying to get back to where we thought they would be. Now they're getting where we thought they would be, and the Brewers are sitting here going, wait, we don't want to let go of that.
Austin has a really good Twitter poll question at Tay and J Show.
Okay.
If you're a Cubs fan, who's the biggest, hurdle for you in the NL Central? Who scares you most as a Cubs fan?
I like it.
In the NL Central. Is it the Cardinals? Is it the Pirates? Or is it the Brewers? How would you rank those?
I'm going Cardinals, Brewers, Pirates is how I would rank it. I'm not buying into the Pirates.
The Pirates are probably the hottest team.
They are. They're hot.
Of those three.
They're hot. There's no doubt. But I'm not buying them staying hot the entire year. Now, Starling Marte coming back, that's huge. I mean, that is huge for them.
Right now with 78 votes, the Cardinals lead 47%. The Pirates have 29%, and surprisingly, the Brewers are in third place with 24%.
Wow. Okay.
For me, it's pitching. Cardinals.
Yeah, that's true.
I got to go with the Cardinals with their pitching. I mean, even though Weaver lost last night, he held his own.
He did.
And Flaherty at some point will probably be up here. But that starting rotation, I think, just gives you a chance where that's a playoff rotation.
Without a doubt.
Right?
Without a doubt.
The bullpen is okay. The hitting and the defense and the base running is what
happens when Steven Piscotty comes up? Who goes down, do you think?
Bader will go down.
Bader?
I really honestly believe Bader will go down. But, I mean, I don't think they brought him up to stay forever. I think he's going to...
He'd have to do really well.
Yeah, they wanted to see, and he's done well.
Yes, he's done well.
But I think he would be the go. I mean, Sierra did unbelievable, and they kept pushing him down, so I think Bader will go down when he comes up. Austin, thank you, buddy.
No problem.
Appreciate it. You know what's interesting about this Cardinals? They sweep Colorado, and I told a buddy, I'm like, well, now we just need to sweep Arizona and get 7 in a row, and let's get on a roll here. Obviously, that's not going to happen now after last night. But you have, unfortunately, put yourself into a hole, the Cardinals I'm talking about, that you almost need to sweep Arizona now the rest of these games. And if you could win 6 of 7 on this little home stand, that would be huge for the Cardinals. And I know that with the Brewers, somebody's going to lose between the Brewers and Cubs. Hopefully they'll just kind of go back and forth, and you'll slowly gain on each. It's a hard process when you're 4 down, 5 down, whatever. It's hard to climb that ladder when you've got more than 1 or 2 teams ahead of you. But all you can do is go out and take care of your business and see what happens. So I honestly am going to put some onus on this series. I want to see the Cardinals sweep Arizona now. I mean, that wouldn't be a sweep. They lost last night, but I want to see them win these last 3, take 6 of 7, see what happens.
Yeah, Austin said, which team should the Cubs be most worried about in the Central? I think it's themselves.
Yeah, right. Exactly. No,
I think it's the Cubs.
Yeah.
Like, the Cubs should, their own worst enemy, like they're their biggest enemy. Right? If they play to their potential, or even 4/5 of their potential, they're going to win this division.
And they solved one of their problems with Quintana.
Huge problem.
Then, I mean, hopefully that will elevate Arrieta to pitch better.
And he has.
You get Kyle Hendricks back.
Though the White Sox, I don't really count them as an opponent anymore.
Right. I mean, just, and then of course, you just kind of stretch out that rotation a little bit, and that's what Quintana did for you.
And they'll acquire a backup catcher here.
Sure.
At some point. I don't know if they'll add that other starter.
Eric Fryer. They'll get Eric Fryer, who did that last year. Somebody picked, was it the Pirates that picked him up, and then he beat the Cardinals like 4 times down the stretch?
Yep.
That's exactly what we'll do, and he'll have the game-winning hit against at Wrigley when the Cardinals are almost going to make the playoffs.
The poor Cardinals.
I know, right? Because that never happens for us.
Hey,
yeah,
Brad
right.
Dancer, Illini tennis coach, going to call in next. One of the best athletes on the Illini campus is going to go for a professional championship here in Champaign-Urbana, and you can see him tomorrow. We'll talk about that.
It is the Tay and J Show.
Proverbs 19:17 says, "Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done." Give to a local charity today. Preserve your treasure in heaven and not on earth. God will bless you with eternal rewards you cannot measure. This message brought to you by the Blossom Basket Florist.
The Blossom Basket Florist. The florist you pick.
Your 4-legged friends need protection too. Pet insurance from Pekin Insurance covers cats and dogs at least 6 weeks of age or older as an enhancement to your homeowner's coverage. Choose between $2,500 or $5,000 worth of coverage for a variety of pet health services. You can even take your pet to the veterinarian of your choice. Learn more at PekinInsurance.com or ask your local agent about how to protect your furry family members. For pet insurance that is beyond the expected, contact Pekin Insurance today.
Why drive to Key West when you can enjoy the new Tiki Bar and Patio at Daly's Sports Bar, 116 West Washington Street in Philo. With 9 flat-screen TVs and the MLB package, you can take in your favorite team's action live. Daily drink specials Wednesday through Friday evening from 5 to 9 p.m. Enjoy the Daly's Outback Food Wagon on the patio featuring special burgers, sandwiches, shrimp baskets, fried and grilled cod, nachos, tacos, and cheesy fries. Now through August 25th, enter to win a trip to Las Vegas with $100 cash drawings every Friday. There's no purchase necessary to enter and win. Co-sponsored by XL Entertainment, Illinois' most chosen terminal operator. Play slots and win some cash at Daly's, featuring the latest and hottest slots. Come in and play slots, have a blast, some great food and drinks, and hit the jackpot. Be sure and enter for your chance to go to Vegas now through August 25th with $100 cash drawings every Friday at Daily Sports Bar, 116 West Washington in the heart of Philo. Must be 21 or older to play slots. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The same people you trust after a fire or water disaster will also keep your house clean year-round. That's because the specialists at ServPro of Champaign-Urbana and South Champaign County are trained in every category of cleaning, from mold remediation to the cleaning of carpets, upholstery, air ducts, and crawl spaces. They're here to help protect every square foot of your most valuable possessions. ServPro of Champaign-Urbana and South Champaign County, or visit them at servproofchampaignUrbana.com. That's the bright green cleanup team at ServPro of Champaign-Urbana and South Champaign County. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. When you work with GTPS, you'll never have to call an 800 number in a different state. You deal with people who live and work in our community and know it's important to your business. GTPS is your local source for business insurance, property, general liability, workers' compensation, and group health insurance, and they'll work with you to formulate the best package for the needs of you and your business. Contact a GTPS insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com.
Hey, can you smell that?
Smell what?
The hot and buttery locally grown sweet corn.
Oh, yeah. The Urbana Sweet Corn Festival is coming on August 25th and 26th. Have you heard about all the exciting changes this year?
No, what?
They're partnering with downtown Urbana bars and restaurants for amazing drink specials.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just grab your souvenir sweet corn cup for $6 and pop onto any bar to grab a beer or mixed drink.
So I can go to my favorite downtown Urbana bar and grab a vodka soda and then go dance to the boat drunks?
Yeah, and when you need to take a breather from all your jazzy dance moves, we can stop at the festival beer tent and fill up your magical cup before grabbing a piece of corn and playing some cornhole.
So let me get this straight. We can go to any bar and get any drink and go anywhere in the festival with said drink.
Yep.
Roaming around with a drink in my hand at the Urbana Sweet Corn Festival never tasted so good.
The festival is proudly brought to you by the Urbana Business Association, City of Urbana, Bud Light, Illinois American Water, Eastland Sweets, and this station. For more information, visit urbanasweetcornfestival.com.
Hi, it's Stevie J. Start your day with me along with Diane Ducey, weekday mornings 7 to 9, here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
It is the Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. Lante, Jeremy Warner, Robert Rosenthal. Coming up at 4:05, we'll ask him about Illinois football, get his thoughts on that. I always enjoy that because you and he can kind of break down the roster, and I'll just kind of be the moderator as we go along. And then Derek Piper, 525, talking some Illinois hoop.
We will geek out over the Illinois football roster, talk about the second-string offensive line. I don't know if there's a full second-string offensive line, but we'll talk
brought
about
my pocket protector.
Yeah.
Just for that segment.
We've mentioned that we probably don't talk enough about possibly the best athlete on the Illini campus.
One of the
Isaiah Martinez is up there, obviously, probably number one, but one of the best athletes for sure is Alex Vukic, and he is going for a professional singles title tomorrow at noon at Atkins Tennis Center for the JSM Futures Singles. And we have Brad Dancer, Illini tennis coach, calling in now. Coach Dancer, how you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How you doing?
Good. We don't talk enough about Alex, and we mentioned that to you before, but here's another example. He's about to compete for a professional championship.
It's been an unreal week. You know, our team had a goofy case of food poisoning last week, and so everybody's kind of been on the recovery from that. And so I think 4 or 5 days ago, if you would have told him, hey, you're going to be playing and trying for your first ever pro title, I think he would have taken it. So we're pretty excited.
How are the nerves doing with Alex? I assume at this point it's just another match for him.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's different when you play in a final. I really do. I think, and we talked a little bit about that today after he won his semifinal match, just in terms of how to handle that if he gets into that position tomorrow, because he hasn't won a title before. He's played in a final before, but he's never won a title. So I think there is something different to that. And at this stage of where he is, I hate to say it, but it's at some point he's got to win some titles. Yep. So it's a big moment for him.
Alex is 28-1 in the Big Ten, 94-13 overall. What makes him so good at tennis? Like, what's the scouting report on his strengths?
What a hack, eh?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, what a disappointing career, huh?
I think number one is just his fortitude. He is tough as nails, and he lets everybody that he plays, he lets them know that from the very first point all the way through. So he's got this relentless attitude. Just to be a great competitor. That's probably the number one thing. And then he's got some weapons too. He's got a great first serve. He's got a huge forehand, and so he can hurt you and bother you with those things again and again and again. They're consistent weapons. So you take that attitude, and then you've got some actual weapons. It'd be like a guy that can penetrate and shoot, and then is just relentless, and that's kind of what you get with Alex Vukic.
Brad Dancer has one of the best Twitter handles, and he didn't really have to do much. It's @DancerBrad. I love that. Coach, you've had so many good players come through your program, and even back with Craig when you were here. I mean, these kids then go on to play professional tennis. What do you see in a guy like Alex? I don't think he's got the height, right? But what do you see in him that makes you think he can have a pretty good professional career?
To be honest, it's the same things I just talked about.
Okay.
At the pro level, they talk about those weapons and how important it is to have weapons where you can get yourself out of matches. And he's got that. And then I always, I traveled quite a bit professionally, and so I feel like I've got a little bit of knowledge in that area. And I always talk about being opportunistic and just kind of showing up every day. And you never know when, Djokovic or somebody else is going to have a bad day. You get a win, and all of a sudden your confidence is boosted, and that sort of, kickstarts a career. So he shows up every day. He competes really hard every day. So he's got a lot of things going for him that might make for a good professional career as well.
Awesome.
So what do fans got to know about tomorrow, Coach?
Yeah, it's admission is free at the Atkins Tennis Center. And the weather, the forecast looks great. So it's a noon start tomorrow. And we're obviously hoping to have just a great, usually at these lower-level professional events, they don't draw too much of a crowd, but we're hoping to sort of make a little bit of a collegiate feel out there tomorrow and give them a nice hometown support.
We've asked this before, Coach, but I always like to ask again so people understand this. So if Alex wins this, he doesn't get money, right?
No.
I mean, he can't accept money for this, right?
Well, it's great. The NCAA kind of changed their policy a few years ago, and so even as playing as an amateur, you can now take the money up against your expenses. And so, for example, he's heading to Europe next week to play in some events there, and that's based on a calendar year. So he actually could win this and put those earnings towards expenses,
Okay.
and that's completely legal and compliant with the NCAA.
That's awesome.
That makes it sound like the NCAA actually accomplished something.
Something that helps the student athlete.
Right, don't you comment on that, Coach. I don't want you to get in trouble. No, that's great. Yeah. I mean, that's great for him to be able to do that.
And that's a nice guy to bring back to a team, to headline a team next year, Coach. And, of course, you got Aaron Hiltze coming back. So what do you think about next year's team?
I tell you right now, I mean, if we're not a great elite team, then I've messed something up. We're going to have an unbelievable team this year. I think all of our guys realize that. This is a great time for us to really have a huge year. And, again, we've been in that position before and not really done it. And so I think the expectations are high, and, it's whether you consider that pressure or whatever else, I think we're going to try to embrace it and see where we go. But we've got, obviously the guys you mentioned, and I think there's some other guys. We have a freshman class coming in that is kicking down the door and saying, hey, I want to be a big part of this as well.
Sweet.
So it's pretty exciting times around our program right now.
I beat the drum around the town to say it is so fun to go catch an Illinois tennis match because the emotion is raw watching these kids play. Whether it be Illinois or whoever you're playing, it is such great competition and fun to watch. So I'm excited every year that you bring back a great team, and next year will be no different. Brad Dancer, Illinois tennis coach, always appreciate it, buddy. Hopefully have a big crowd tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for having me on.
Okay, buddy. Brad Dancer. Yeah, if you get a chance, go out and watch Alex compete for the championship tomorrow. It's the JSM Future Singles title.
He's good.
Yes, he is.
We'll talk some Illini football coming up next. Robert Rosenthal, IlliniBoard.com. We'll ask him about recruiting as well because they got a big recruiting event.
Yeah.
And just got the word that Ronnie Perkins, a 4-star defensive end out of St. Louis,
a lot of 4-stars
will be on campus.
This better be a good cookout. They better have some good food.
Luke Ford is here. The 4-star cornerback out of California is here. So it's exciting for them. We'll see what they can do with this, but we'll break down the entire Illinois roster with Robert.
It's going to be fun. Did you hear him say that the NCAA actually did something
right?
How
about that?
What? We'll just break that down later. It's the Tay and J Show.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Lands is your local Mitsubishi Electric Diamond dealer. Our technicians are experts at solving your comfort needs, one room or your whole house. Let us show you how a Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Cooling System can save you money now. Your comfort is our priority. Call Lands today at 1-800-AIR-REPAIR or find us online at landsinc.com. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Going on 5 years, Rock's Place in St. Joseph has become the neighborhood sports bar and grill for a lot of folks in the area. Rock's Place is known for their delicious burgers, and they also have great daily food and drink specials. Plus, Rock's has plenty of TVs, so you can keep tabs on the Cubs and Cardinals all summer long. And while you're there, press your luck on one of Melody Music's video gaming machines. For delicious food, cold drinks, and good company, make it Rock's Place, 101 North Main Street in St. Joseph. Find them on Facebook, ROCHS in St. Joseph.
Alto Vineyards has long been a leader in the Illinois wine industry, winning over 700 awards in national and international wine competitions in the last 20 years. Now, Alto Vineyards, along with SJ Broadcasting, present Music Among the Vines, East Central Illinois' premier summer concert series, held under the stars. Stop by Alto Vineyards each weekend throughout the summer and indulge in Illinois wines, premium beers, soft drinks, and light food items, all while experiencing the best music the area has to offer. For more details, visit altovineyards.net or call 356-4784.
This Saturday at Alto Vineyards Music Among the Vines, blues lovers will enjoy Candy Foster and Shades of Blue. Don't miss Candy Foster and Shades of Blue, Saturday at Alto Vineyards Music Among the Vines. Then be back on Sunday for the sounds of Katie Flynn from 2 to 4 p.m. at Wind Down Sundays. Get more details on both of these shows at altovineyards.net.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
I'm Lisa Brady. And this is a Fox News alert. Breaking news from President Trump, who has just tweeted that he is naming Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly to be his new chief of staff, ousting Reince Priebus. This on the heels of a profanity-laced tirade by his new communications chief, Anthony Scaramucci, in part targeting Priebus, citing the relationship between them as rough, saying he wasn't sure if it could be repaired. Well, now the president tweeting that Priebus is out and that Homeland Security Chief John Kelly will be chief of staff. There's no word on who might replace Kelly as Homeland Security Chief. Meantime, where do they go from here on health care?
They should have approved health care last night, but you can't have everything.
President Trump saying again that letting Obamacare implode would finally spur a deal on health care. Democrats say the Republican failure to pass, repeal, or replace in the Senate should prompt a bipartisan effort to repair the system.
Change it, improve it, but don't just take a knife and try to destroy it and put nothing in its place.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. House lawmakers, meanwhile, continue work on a tax reform package. The president's comments coming during a Long Island, New York speech to law enforcement officers pledging to eradicate violent gangs as part of his crackdown on illegal immigration.
Failure to enforce our immigration laws had predictable results: drugs, gangs, and violence. But that's all changing now.
Protesters outside the event chanted about the president losing the popular vote. The Dow, with its third record close in a row, up 33 points. On the Fox Report, fair and balanced.
I'm Dana Lash with NRA Carry Guard. I carry my firearm every day. I pray I'll never be forced to use it. But if I do, I know NRA Carry Guard will have my back. I can choose up to $1 million in insurance-backed protection, plus a special attorney referral network to give me the representation I need. Learn more and sign up today at nracarry.com or call 1-866-NRA-1234 to become an NRA Carry Guard member today.
Home isn't just a place. It's a feeling. Whether you're at home, your business, or online, ADT helps keep you safe. With security systems, home automation, alarms, and surveillance, so you can feel at home wherever you are. Go to ADT.com to get that feeling. ADT. Home. Safe home.
The tobacco industry gets shaken up by the FDA. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal has this live.
Lisa, FDA Commissioner Dr. Scott Gottlieb says they're going to come up with a plan to lessen the amount of nicotine in cigarettes. They will also consider e-cigarettes as well as what to do with menthol and flavored tobacco that Gottlieb says might appeal to teens.
Examining the presence of nicotine in combustible cigarettes has to be part of a much broader strategy. I've pledged a deep commitment to taking aggressive steps to address the epidemic of addiction to opioids.
The FDA got authority to enact new regulations regarding cigarettes 8 years ago, but the FDA says it took some time to figure out just how it wanted to go about curbing smoking, Lisa.
Thanks, Jessica. Tobacco stocks tumbling in the U.S. and Britain today. Top military officials from the U.S. and South Korea discussing potential military options to respond to the North Korean nuclear threat. This after Pyongyang launched another ballistic missile.
It's the second time since July 4th North Korea has launched an intercontinental ballistic missile, or ICBM, into space, which also landed in the Sea of Japan. Officials say this latest missile flew for 45 minutes, longer than any North Korean ballistic missile to date, likely putting the west coast of the United States in range.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson at the Pentagon. Country superstar Garth Brooks must be a hopeless romantic.
I would hold you for a million.
I'm not even talking about his lyrics. During a concert at Louisiana's Cajun Dome, he serenaded a couple a week before their wedding, and after they passed an invitation up to the stage, he and wife Trisha Yearwood followed up by sending wedding gifts several days later. This comes less than 2 weeks after what happened at a concert in Oklahoma.
Chelsea, where do you want to go on your honeymoon?
Telling a couple who got engaged at that show he would pay for their honeymoon if they picked Hawaii. In New York, I'm Lisa Brady on Fox News Radio.
Man, what a 5-minute conversation we just had with the kids.
It was interesting. Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast brought to you by Chief Bauer. Trust the experts at Chief Bauer Service Experts to keep you cool all summer long. Call 866-EXPERTS, or you can visit them online at chiefbauer.com. Beautiful weekend. Clear tonight, low of 54. Tomorrow, sunny, clear, high 81, low of 57. Sunday, sunny, clear, high 84, a low of 61. Right now, sunny, 82 degrees. Perfect for the Illinois football barbecue.
Yeah.
I bet they're blaring this, too.
The party has begun.
If they were playing this on Harry Black's visit, instant commitment.
Done.
Instant commitment.
Done. I'm in. Will you give me a scholarship? That's what he'd say. Sorry, that was bad. All right, it's the Tay and J Show. Lonte and Jeremy Warner. You mentioned it's going to be 54 degrees tonight.
Yeah.
Robert, I know you're on hold. I'm going to get to you in 2 seconds. Like everybody else, you have to hear a Lonte story. But tonight, so Andrew goes to school at St. Thomas down in Philo, that little grade school. Every year they rent out Sholem Pool for a party one night.
Yeah.
So here they are in the end of July saying we're going to rent out. It's going to be 70 sultry degrees, right? It's going to be 54 degrees.
Would you stop complaining?
And I'm going to be, at 8 o'clock, I'm going to be sitting there going, I don't want to swim.
It's heated.
Is it heated?
I'm sure the pool is heated at Sholem.
I know. I need to verify that. I bet it is. Well, good. Then I'm back in the game.
It has to be
heated. And I think
there.
they have one of those lazy river things.
Yes.
I might just go take a nap.
Stop complaining.
Okay, I'll quit complaining.
Hanging with your kid in a pool. Sounds like a good time.
No, I'll be hanging with 900 kids.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, right.
And a bunch of pee.
Exactly.
Let's get to the Jupiter's The Crossing phone line. Talk a little Illini football with Robert Rosenthal, IlliniBoard.com. How you doing, Robert?
You know, I've got just the opposite child problem. I've got my 20-year-old son texting me desperate for cash, and I have to make the parental decision whether to help him out or,
throw him a bone,
breathe on his own. So
it depends. Is it 20 or is he wanting 100? It's one of those like, ugh.
Yes.
I love it.
Life.
Robert, before we get to the Illinois football roster, that I want to break down position by position with you a little bit. But they have a big recruiting event this weekend, and I give my thoughts all the time on the Illinois football recruiting. What are your thoughts on where this class is right now, and what you think, a year and a half into Lovie Smith about what he's doing on the trail?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to have to be the same close as last year. You think back to this barbecue a year ago. It's kind of when we first learned of Owen Carney, Comody Green. All of the big names they landed, besides Ricky Smalling, all the big names they landed were in the second half of the class. They got Phillips in December. They got Kendrick Green. They closed strong. They got Oladipo later in August and everything else. So, the majority of the top end of that class was in the second half of the recruiting year, if you will, and they're just going to have to do that again. Right now, probably 13th or 14th best class in the conference. That's probably not going to cut it. Yes, that's part of that's because they only have 9 and everybody else is double digits. But, it's just going to take the same level of closing, of getting those December and January visits and holding on to the keys and maybe flip a player or two. It's going to take that kind of thing to reach last year's level.
Are you confident that Lovie Smith can get done what he did last year when it comes to closing out in the second half?
I've remained confident, and I've stated this this is going to be a slow class. I wrote this post that people refer to of low and slow, of saying, we're cooking some barbecue here. So, apt for today, I guess. But, it's just going to take some time, and they're going to take their time. They're going to do, with Kirkland over the recruiting department now, they're going to evaluate, and make sure they're getting the players they want. It's going to be a smaller class, so they're going to just take their time and pick their way through this in a Stanford-like way or whatever. And so I've held to that confidence. And, I've said I'm not going to make a real judgment call until we get to January and until we see, what the class is going to look like. Right now, it's a little rough, but I'll remain optimistic and make my judgment call on signing day.
It's much easier to go way critical in the middle of it, Robert. Come on, man. He's Robert Rosenthal, IlliniBoard.com. Follow him on Twitter @IlliniI. I know, Robert, you loved Camp Rantoul probably more than anybody. Talking with the players, they hated it. Right? They did not like having to go up to Rantoul. No. There was a camaraderie factor, but entering year 2 away from Camp Rantoul, how much do you miss it?
I think some coaches would like that they hated it. They would like that they're away from girlfriends and they're away from, everything else, and they're staying in an old Army barracks or, Air Force. And there's a certain sense of that type of thing which led to, building a team and that type of thing. When I talk about Rantoul, I always point back to Camp Rantoul 2010. And I wrote about it, and I did some podcasts about it at the time, and I said, this defense, it's weird. I know Illinois was bad last year, but they're so together. And this defense, nobody was expecting much of that defense, but you could tell at camp that they were really bonding. They were so much more together than the offense. So, at that point, I'm all in on Rantoul, and I'm all in on get the players away from everything, get them to bond. You know how I view football, and the mentality is so much of it. And, get to the point where the players are all together and focused on one goal and proper state of mind and all that kind of stuff. And so that's why I was a huge fan of Rantoul. Yeah. You can still do it in other training camps, and that's fine. And, what they do can work and everything else. But I just miss the all football. I'm kind of like Ron Zook, I guess. It's just all ball all the time.
How are you approaching the 2017 season? Like through what lens are you viewing this year?
Big thing would be youth, obviously. I think the main thing for me is I want to see some youth, and I want to see how the youth is progressing. So you need to see progress in year 2. It needs to be kind of like 2006, that even though you're young, you're seeing that they understand the offense a little better. They understand the defense a little better. This can go a little smoother. You may not see the wins, but you see the players getting it. So it's going to be interesting to see that, because there's just no upperclassmen depth. There's 4 senior starters, maybe. There's, 20 who will be on the field. There will be more underclassmen than upperclassmen that play this season. So, it's just going to be an interesting dynamic between, hey, you're really young and it's almost like you're starting over, but, oh, hey, we also need to see some improvement.
Robert Rosenthal, our guest, IlliniBoard.com. Follow him on Twitter @IlliniI. All right, Robert, I need you to get geeky, as does Jeremy now. I need you guys to get geeky here and break down each position group on this Illinois football team. Let's start with the quarterback. Chase Crouch is going to lead this team. We worry about his health, obviously. What do you think of the quarterback position?
I think it's a fit for what they do. I'm one of the bigger Chase Crouch fans on the planet, probably. All the way back in training 2 years ago, I made the prediction that I thought at some point Crouch might play over Lunt that season 2 years ago. Like, he just fits what they're trying to do, and I think he can do it. The big question is accuracy. He can do the running game, has good decision-making. is more comfortable in the pocket and moving around and looking for somebody than Lunt was. But he doesn't have that zip arm that Lunt did, and he hasn't shown yet in practice that he can be that perfectly accurate quarterback. So if he gets accuracy down, I think he can be pretty good. That's just gonna, just gonna have to wait and see how he does.
Right.
Yeah, I think that game against Purdue was probably the best we've ever seen him throw the ball. So that's good. He's got that gamer factor, and he obviously makes his teammates better, which Wes Lunt just did not. I mean, he just did not lift his teammates up. Running back, it was one of the positions I was worried about going into last year, Robert. All of a sudden, it looks like a position of strength, and you're wondering, well, are all these guys, they seem capable of playing, but they all can't play. What do you think of the running back position?
Yeah, it's so surprising, right? But a year ago right now, we're like Keyshawn Vaughn.
Right.
And then he's third string by the end of September. It's going back to what we talked about in proper state of mind. Like Kendrick Foster, and Jeremy can tell you this, like Kendrick Foster at practice 2 years ago was just kind of halfway going through it. He was maybe a little overweight. He wasn't in favor of the coaches. He didn't seem to be going very hard. And something clicked with him. And, he got better and better all of last season. And now he's on some running back watch list. I would have never guessed that a year ago today. We talked about Chase Crouch. The kid is supremely confident. Like, if you want to talk about the most confident kid on the team, who was talking to seniors as he'd run by them in some practice as a true freshman, it's Chase Crouch. So, I think the biggest thing that sticks out to me in the offensive backfield is these are some confident kids. Reggie Corbin is very confident. Like, he trusts his abilities and thinks, really goes after it in practice and this and that. So, I think that's probably the best thing you have is this fairly cocky offensive backfield, if you will, confident that they can make some noise this year.
How can you utilize, as Jeremy said, and you reiterated, it's such a strength with that backfield with the running backs. How can you utilize all that depth? Do you almost get into a cautious tale of, wait, I want to use all these kids, but I can't do that? How do you think Garrick McGee will try to utilize as much talent as he has back there?
If he wants to work a Mike Epstein in, I think he may in little passing plays and this type of thing. If Dre Brown is healthy, he'll want to work him into maybe a certain set of plays. So you give guys certain plays for the non-conference season and say, hey, really perfect these 5 plays because when you're in there, we're going to use these and that type of thing. So, it's a good problem to have.
Right.
We're kind of leading up to the ultimate question here, right?
Yes.
Which is, if there's no holes, you're not going to have a running game.
Right.
If there's no pass protection, you're not going to have a passing game. So, they may have these weapons and they may have all this stuff, but, every question on the entire team points to the offensive line, not just the offensive line, but the tight ends as well. Is there a tight end that can block? He's the 6th blocker on all these plays. Is there a guy who can do that yet? Everybody's a sophomore and a freshman. They don't even know if they have that. So, that's the end all be all of the offense is how far can the offensive line progress?
Yeah, your tight end could be a 6'2", 245-pound former fullback in Nate Eckert. Like that might be your go-to guy at tight end this year.
Right.
That's a huge concern because that's what makes this offense so dynamic, so difficult to defend. And then the offensive line, I like the top 3, Robert. I mean, you got Nick Allegretti and Christian DeLauro, who I think would start on many Big Ten teams, most Big Ten teams. And Gabe Meganson, I think this is the year to prove it. And, this is usually the year that those guys take the step forward. But those other 2 positions, Doug Kramer, a guy they were probably gray shirting, might be likely as a starter. And then you're talking maybe Larry Boyd and Adam Solomon. And then I don't even know the second string. I don't know if we can get that deep after what happened this offseason.
Yeah, in approaching camp like this, and I did my depth chart the other day like I always do, just like, okay, here's what I think it will be coming into camp, and we'll see how it changes. I have never struggled with a position more than this offensive line. Like, you're right. You go through those 3 guys, and then it could be anybody. They might be turned into true freshmen. It might be Doug Kramer. Could be Jordan Fagan as your starting right tackle. It's completely unknown. More so than any position you normally see. Normally going to camp, okay, it's these 8 guys. It's going to be 5 of those 8. we're gonna understand it. Right now, it is, completely more than any position in the last 8 years, completely up in the air.
Yeah. All right. How about wide receiver, though? That might have been actually the worst position on offense, maybe besides tight end last year, of a really bad year on offense. Yes. Malik Turner, I think, is a pro. Now, Mikey Dudek is the story, but you also had Smalling. We'll see if Sam Mays, Carmani Green, Dominic Thiemann, who we forget about. Do you think that group is capable of making a huge leap?
Yeah, I feel great about the receivers, mostly because you can group them into those veteran guys who know what they're doing, like your Turner and your Dudek. Freshman guys who look really, Carmani Green looked great in the spring. Freshmen who could contribute like Smalling and Green. And then, those been around 2 or 3 years, maybe they break out guys like Thiemann and Sam Mays. So, there's a little from each category there for hopefulness. So, whereas I'm staying up at night thinking about the offensive line, I probably feel more confident than most about the receivers.
That extra hour of sleep Robert's getting, it's because of those wide receivers. I love it. Robert Rosenthal
That's right.
at IlliniBoard.com. This is working, what we're doing here, because somebody just texted in and said, I think we can go 7-5 this year. So,
okay.
By the end of this segment, we might be 12-0.
Yeah,
you never know.
I call it August syndrome.
Yeah.
Where every August, every fan base of every team, Purdue fans, will convince themselves of 8 wins by August 15th. It happens every year, and you have to fight against it.
And I'm one of those
It's
guys.
like when the Illini basketball tweeted out that 1-minute video, and I said, Final Four.
Done.
Everyone's awesome.
Yes.
Everybody make shots.
It's done.
Well, Robert, let's look at the defensive side. That defensive line, 2019, as Jeremy has said many times, it could be good then, but we're not to 2019 yet. What do you think this year on the D-line?
Yeah, I compared it the other day to, in this corner, you have guys who are returning who we don't really know that much about. And in this corner, you have 7 true freshmen who were recruited to play in this defense. Okay, guys, fight it out, because that's really what this is. Counting on Sean Adesanya to do something, he's never played a single down of football. He's missed 2 straight years with injury, just like Dudek and Brown. You're counting on James Crawford to be the rush end, but he was a linebacker. He was the starting linebacker first 3 games last year and really didn't play defensive end until about November, and they put him in some pass rush situations to see what he could do. You know a little bit with Jamal Milan. Some with Kenyon Jackson, Tito Odenigbo. You know what you get from these guys, but really it's since you graduated 5 seniors, it's, okay, we're going to take this mix of guys who have been here a while but haven't really found much on the field, these 7 freshmen, and we're going to toss them in the mix and see who wins. So it'll be interesting to watch.
Linebacker, you lose Hardy Nickerson. We don't know what Delshon Phillips is because we didn't even get to see him during spring. But do you think this is the strength of the defense?
I'm so in love with the 2 safeties that I would say they're the strength of the defense.
Okay.
I'm such a big Pat Nelson and Stanley Green fan. So I would say the back end is going to be the strength. About mid-season this year, that will be the strength. Linebacker, there's still a lot of questions. I don't know where people land yet. I don't know. Is Julian Jones your Sam linebacker? Is he back? Where's they love Jake Hansen? Is he your Will linebacker? Mm-hmm. Is Trey going to move inside and play middle linebacker? Is he going to stay at Will and then Phillips? So there's still all these questions for me as to how it all sorts out. I think they have 6 guys that they can trust in Watson, Phillips, Justice Williams, Julian Jones, Dele Harding, and Jake Hansen. So it's going to be some mix of those 6 guys, but I just, I need to see how it's going to shake out first.
Getting to the back end, I think this is a great group, especially if Cameron Watkins is in there, which I would put him in there. He played well towards the end of last year. That's a big physical group in the run support, which is important in the Big Ten West, especially, Robert. But I know you hit on this every year. Where are the takeaways? I mean, that's the entire idea is pass rush and takeaways of the Lovie Smith defense, and we barely saw any last year.
Yeah, you've got to see some interceptions from your corners. You've got to see the safeties stepping up and, sailed pass and they're in the right spot to pick off the fly ball to center field. So, that's the thing, isn't it? It has to be the corners and the safeties are forcing fumbles and grabbing interceptions. So that makes this whole defense go. It solves the problems of an unknown defensive line. It fixes everything. So that corner battle opposite Jalen Dunlap is probably the biggest on the defense. If someone can step up there, is it Watkins? Is it Frank Sumter? Is it even one of the true freshmen, Nate Hobbs, Tony Adams? Who's going to step up there? Because if they can solidify that spot, then I feel good about Dunlap, and I feel really good about the two safeties. So the big question, it's probably two positions. Who's the nickel? Because they tried Chris James there last year. He kind of fell out of favor. They moved Mosley in and put him there and tried, Sumter and Hayes and everybody else at corner. So probably those two positions, the nickel corner and the corner opposite, those are probably the biggest question marks on the defense going into camp.
Robert, if this defense has to cheat, if Hardy has to cheat, is it stopping the run? I mean, I know that's the theme of football, stop the run and then we'll go from there. But with that defensive line, not knowing what you've got, also you don't know how many pass rushers you're going to have, which is going to leave your corners out there for a while on an island. I mean, if you're cheating, how are you doing it?
Gosh, I don't know. Like the biggest fear for me on this whole defense is the edge on the run.
Yes.
Like we've seen, think back to even the 2013 defense when they were struggling to find defensive end. There were games where Wisconsin, Michigan State, just ran to the edges and just, same play over and over. Right. They're running power offense, and Illinois is helpless to stop it. They can't, they know what play is coming. They can't stop it. So if your defensive ends are going to be an unknown JUCO guy, a converted linebacker, or a true freshman, and that's the only options you have, and they can't hold that edge against the run, you can hear Paul Christ salivating right now. Like, I don't have to throw. Like,
right.
I'm just gonna pick on. Maybe the defensive tackles are okay, but the defensive ends don't know what they're doing against the run yet. I'm just going to pick on that all game long. So that's probably the concern. So how do you cheat against that? Gosh, I don't know.
No, that's a good point.
Once somebody has seen your cards, what do you do?
Right.
How do you defend yourself? What do you do at that point? So that's probably the biggest concern.
Fair enough.
Special teams, we don't have to break that down. They got an Australian punter.
We can.
It can't get much worse there, right?
Right. On specialty, like coverage teams and stuff?
Just everything on special teams. I mean, Chase McGoffin was a nice little surprise.
I agree.
He missed a big kick, but he was pretty good inside 50 yards. But the punting wasn't that great. Frayne was okay. But the punt return, kick return was both, last and second to last in the Big Ten. The coverage wasn't very good. It can only get better.
Yep. Yeah. And you got to find a returner. You have to find, I think Dudek would be a great returner, but I don't think they're going to risk his knee, obviously. You don't want him standing there looking up at a punt where somebody's diving at his feet. So, is it Carmoni Green? Is it Ricky Smalling? Do you go the Eugene Wilson route and just send a true freshman out there to return a punt?
I like it.
If we're looking at this in a hopeful August syndrome sense, then that's what you want. You want to see Lovey's first class come in and fill those gaps. Do we have a cornerback? Hey, there's a freshman who's ready to step in and play. Is there an offensive guard? Hey, look, Larry Boyd's ready. He's going to start from game one. Is there a defensive end? Is there a returner? You hope that all these question marks were filled with what Lovey brought in, and we start to see that, starting Monday.
Nate Hobbs, another guy to watch on the returns, by the way. That'll be interesting to watch. So, Robert, how do you define a successful second year for Lovie Smith?
That's a great question. There's so many handicaps for him because he didn't get a first class. So this is the first time he's seeing players of his own. He has 8 seniors, which is the least number of seniors I can remember in decades, maybe. So he has one of the most inexperienced teams in the Big Ten or even nationally. But he's got some games on the schedule with some coaches who are new, and is Western Kentucky taking to their new coach? Will Minnesota be a bit of a disaster until they get figured out the new schemes? They have some teams on the schedule that might be stuck in that first year blues we saw last year. So there's opportunity to surprise some people. So, I think it's the weak answer, but you have to say eye test. Mm-hmm. That it not look like Iowa last year where Illinois looked so completely lost and, couldn't even move the ball. If you're healthy and if you have your first string quarterback, then, you want to see improvement.
All right, Robert, you and I are on a beach. We're having fun. We're drinking some beer. We're going to go have a steak dinner. We're in the best mood of our life. And I look at you and say, how many wins can Illinois get this year? In a perfect world, how many are they going to win?
Lon, I have a personal rule. Everybody who knows me knows my answer.
Yeah, I know he does.
That's why I didn't ask it.
I know he does.
I refuse to answer that question.
I thought if I went at it at a different angle, you'd maybe accidentally slip up.
Yes, the beach and the drink. And I can't. I just, I made the rule for myself of like, I have to have all the information before I can make a prediction.
I don't blame
do it
you.
The night before the season. And, because there's so much we're going to learn in the next 2 weeks. Like a mountain of information we're going to learn.
You cannot fool him.
I have to keep, August syndrome at bay because, I'm the type of excitable fan that as soon as I get to Rantoul, I'm going to tweet that, Carmoni Green's going to be freshman of the year in the Big Ten, and suddenly I'm going to be at 7 wins or something. Yeah. So you'll have to check back in the night before the season as to how I feel about this.
I love
it. And with Illinois football, with this depth chart and how thin it is, one injury here, one injury there can change a lot of things for this team. He's Robert Rosenthal, IlliniBoard.com, does a great job covering Illinois football and training camp. Follow him on Twitter at Illini. Robert, we went long, but that's the only way I know way to go with you with Illinois football. So, Robert, we appreciate your time, man.
I appreciate it, and good luck to you guys in your next endeavors. I've enjoyed the show, and best of luck as you change some things.
Hey, Robert, appreciate that, man. It means a lot. I appreciate it. All right, buddy. Robert Rosenthal, good stuff. I thought maybe if I
he doesn't do it.
I
know
smart.
It.
I thought, all right, how can I, the whole time you were asking your last question, I was like, how can I ask him the question to try to fool him into
Well, because everyone always goes by wins, and I understand that's the thing that matters.
Yes.
That's not how I'm measuring this year either.
No, and he said it too. Eye test.
Now, if you get 5-6 wins, awesome.
Huge.
I think it takes a lot to get this team to that.
Yes, I agree. And like you said, when you don't have a lot of depth, or your depth is freshmen, 17, 18-year-old kids, when that's your depth, probably 18. Yeah. I was the only idiot that was 17 when I got to college. I was one of those
You, T-John Lucas, and Malcolm Hill.
right. When you have 17, 18-year-old kids, that is your depth at some positions. Yeah.
We'll talk with Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com at 5:25. If you want to weigh in, 359-2255. That's 217-359-2255. How do you measure success for Lovie Smith's second season?
359-2255, and we'll answer the tricky question that came in while we were talking to Robert. Who is going to long snap next year?
I got an answer.
We'll do it next. It's the Tay and J Show.
An ESPN Radio Mike and Mike Extra Point with Trey Wingo and Mike Golick.
Kyrie forever has just been, you do your thing, man. Right. Nobody's yelling at you. If it really is that he doesn't like the fact that he gets berated occasionally, or that his name came up in a trade talk, and he thinks he should be in the untradeable mention, then I'm with you. Get over it.
Then get that in your contract.
But I don't know that. But man, the more you hear about it, you hope that's not it. And I don't want to tag anybody with that. But oh my gosh, if it's just you can't take somebody saying something to you, or your feelings got hurt because your name was put in a trade, that just blows my mind. Well, and then the lack of communication. I've been yelling this all along. How can adults, and he's 25, so he's an adult, okay? He's been in this game, 6 years? You know what? You're a pro. You're an adult. What is this not talking to anybody? I never understood that.
When smart businesses need to grow their team, they do it on the site proven to deliver, Indeed.com. According to an independent study, Indeed delivers 5 times more hires than any other job site, more hires than the rest combined. And right now we're giving new users a $50 credit to post a sponsored job, boosting your listing in relevant search results. Claim your $50 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Gentlemen, JCPenney is celebrating Black Friday in July. This Friday and Saturday, save with amazing spotlight deals at Black Friday prices, like up to 60% off brands like Stafford, J. Farrar, Foundry, and more, including big and tall sizes, and select items like $7.99 St. John's Bay polos and shorts for $9.99. Plus, this is the only time of the year you can stack on your coupon and save an extra $10 on top of Black Friday prices. Hurry, and Saturday, that's getting your pennies worth. JCPenney, coupon valid 7/26 to 7/29 on select items in store and at jcp.com. Some exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. What will you do during the next market correction? At Provident, we believe a sound financial plan is the surest way to avoid panic during market volatility. Contact us today to put a plan in place for you. Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Provident, partnerships built on trust.
Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
At Jet's Pizza Champaign, we start fresh every day with the freshest ingredients. We hand make the dough, cut the vegetables, and grate the finest all-natural mozzarella cheese. Anything else wouldn't be better pizza. Order our best of Jet's, a one-topping large pizza for just $11.99, and let your taste buds scream.
Let's get Jets.
Law enforcement official of the month is Pete Melankovic.
I remember the day my daughter came home from kindergarten and said, "What's wrong with the police? Why are the police turning into bad guys?" I asked her why she thought that. She said everyone at school was talking about it. And I remember sitting down and lecturing her like, that is not true. The police are not the enemy. That's not what is happening. I felt like the calling right there, lead by example and show her, I'm going to go be a police officer.
I mean, do you think the environment has improved as far as police are bad, they're the cause of everything? That's getting better, isn't it?
I would say so. Doing everyday stops or getting out there and walking campus and interacting with the individuals there. I never receive any firsthand negative feedback or responses. And from what I see, kind of in the country, it seems to have toned down a little bit. Yeah. It's going to take a lot of work. I'm not being unrealistic with that. But I mean, we believe in the community.
Well,
we need the community to believe back in us.
Brought to you by F.E. Moran. Call 877-FE Moran or online at FEMoranSecurity.com.
It's time for your Out and About with Visit Champaign County. As always, Terry joining me. Terry, what can we look to do this weekend?
If you have not done yoga at the park yet, you should bring your mat out to the scenic Meadowbrook Park on Saturday morning. You can have some early morning reflection and stretching from 9 to 10 a.m. with others in this beautiful setting and get a perfect start to your weekend.
All right, talk to me about the movie that's going to be shown this weekend at Memorial Stadium.
The Fighting Illini football team will be on hand at Memorial Stadium on Sunday to sign autographs. You can get them now before the season starts, but then you have to stay for the screening of Moana on the Jumbotron. Right there at the stadium, you can sit on the turf and enjoy the night.
All right, sounds good. And you have one more happening this weekend that we'll want to know about.
That's right. On Saturday, the Orpheum will host their first annual Archaeology Day. Bring the kids out from 1 to 5 p.m. for fun activities such as artifact reconstruction, practicing archaeological skills, and using ancient tools.
All right, sounds good. For details on these 3 events or anything else happening this weekend, where can our listeners go?
Visit ChampaignCounty.org.
Going on 5 years, Rock's Place in St. Joseph has become the neighborhood sports bar and grill for a lot of folks in the area. Rock's Place is known for their delicious burgers, and they also have great daily food and drink specials. Plus, Rock's has plenty of TVs, so you can keep tabs on the Cubs and Cardinals all summer long. And while you're there, press your luck on one of Melody Music's video gaming machines. For delicious food, cold drinks, and good company, make it Rock's Place, 101 North Main Street in St. Joseph. Find them on Facebook, ROCHS in St. Joseph.
When you're heading home, Tay and J are on your way talking sports. Weekday afternoons 3 to 6 here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Hello, I'm Austin Berkman with the 430 Sports Center update presented by State Farm agent John Kaywood. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think their car insurance costs more, but with discounts up to 40%, you may find it even costs less. Call State Farm agent John Kaywood in Champaign, Illinois at 217-367-1105 today. Illini basketball offered a Indianapolis 2018 wing named Aaron Henry. Henry has offers from Indiana, Xavier, UConn, Nebraska, Michigan State, and Butler, among many others. Minnesota Vikings, they've waived former Illini quarterback Wes Lunt. Lunt is now an unrestricted free agent. Cubs win the Cup. Cubs win the Cup. The Cubs beat the White Sox 6-3 last night to claim the Cup 3-1. Kyle Schwarber went deep twice and collected a triple. Rizzo hit a homer as well. Here's Kyle Schwarber's line in 15 games since returning from Iowa. 280 average, 368 OBP, and a 680 slugging percentage with 5 homers and 8 RBIs to boot. Cubs on the Sox side, Jose Abreu homered 2 times. The Cubs have a 3-game series against the second-place Brewers starting tonight at 7:10 from Milwaukee. It's Quintana versus Sutter tonight. The Cubs are 1.5 games ahead of the Brew Crew. Check out the game on US 105.9. The White Sox take on the winners of 7 straight, the Cleveland Indians, with Sandy Salazar versus Derek Holland at 7:10. The Cardinals fell to 50 and 52 after a D-backs 4-0 win in Busch. The newest Diamondback, J.D. Martinez, went deep off Luke Weaver for his 20th of the year. The Cardinals take on the Backs tonight. Again, it's Robbie Ray versus Michael Wacha. Game time is 7:15 on ESPN CU 93.5. And that, my friends, is the Sports Center update.
Hey, whether you just purchased your new home or you've been a homeowner for years, the experts at Busey Home Mortgage want to share some essential items for your home's to-do list. They want you to take your tax deductions. Make sure you're aware of all tax deductions you can receive from your move and new home. If you're not, just ask Busey. Make it your own. Personalize your space to make your house a home. Be smart about where you invest your home improvement funds to get the best home improvement bang for your buck. Check out the Expert Insights article, quote, best home improvement bang for your buck. That is at Busey.com. And, of course, save for a rainy day. You should save up to at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Whether you need tools to budget for your new home or you're looking to build, buy, or refinance, Busey Home Mortgage is here with expert advice and simplified solutions. Visit BuseyMortgage.com, member FDIC.
It is the Tay and J Show. Jeremy Warner, Lon Tay. If you want to weigh in, you can. 217-359-2255. That's 359-2255. Illini football has a bunch of big-time visitors on campus. One includes Luke Ford, the top prospect in state, a consensus top 3 tight end in the country.
I used to live in Carterville.
Yeah.
Should I show up at this cookout and just maybe chat Carterville with him?
Yes.
And then maybe he would feel at home?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that is going to win it over Saban. Like, that is what wins it over Saban, over Urban Meyer, over Jim Harbaugh, is Lon Tay's little discussion about Carterville.
I walk up and not one coach knows who I am, number one. They're like, who is this dude? And I'm like, hey, what about Carterville? How about those Lions? Huh? How about Kerry Martin, who used to coach at Carterville? Yeah. He'd be like, man, I feel at home here.
So Luke Ford has offers from the top teams in the country. He's visited Alabama, Georgia, was committed to Arkansas for a little bit, but opened up his recruitment. He's visited LSU, Auburn, Texas.
Good for that kid.
Michigan, Ohio State.
I mean, how big would that be if Luke Ford said yes to Illinois?
Huge.
I mean, number one, it's a position that you need help at and have for a while.
Yeah.
And this is one of the best players out there.
Also, 4-star cornerback Isaac Taylor Stewart is on campus. He's been on campus for the last 2 days at least, and he's staying for the barbecue cookout. So,
cool.
A kid from California, we have him at Scout as the number 35 player in the country.
Wow.
He's one of the fastest players in the class of 2018, won the fastest man award at multiple camps. He's 6'1", 6'2", so he's a physical specimen, and they got him on campus for a couple days. I think that's a great sign. I don't know if they're going to land this kid. I mean, he's got offers from the best programs in the country, right? But the fact that you can get these kids on campus, then you never know what can happen.
Right.
4-star defensive end Ronnie Perkins making another trip to campus. He's been here multiple times. I don't know exactly the number, but he was just here in the spring for a visit. He's got some of the biggest programs in the country. Texas, LSU, in on him. Missouri is in on him. He's trying to make up a top 5, but he's visited Illinois multiple times.
Wow.
And Illinois has a little bit of confidence that they're in this thing and they're a real player. So that's another. You're getting these kids back on campus. Tim Beckman and his staff were struggling to do that.
Yeah, right.
Also, 4-star safety Nico Hall, another kid out of California, is on campus. They got a bunch of kids from Texas that are here. DeMarcus Marshall, a 3-star offensive lineman. Braden Daniels, a 3-star offensive lineman. I do expect them to get a couple commitments this weekend, not from some of these top prospects, but from some of the other players. And a couple other kids that you want to know is 2019 is another special year in St. Louis, especially at Trinity Catholic.
Yes.
Where Illinois has made great inroads. Larry Boyd is from Trinity Catholic, kind of opens up, hopefully, a pipeline for Illinois. But their quarterback, who most are recruiting as a slot receiver or a nickelback, Isaiah Williams, Illinois is recruiting him as a quarterback. But he's 5'10".
Wow.
They're hoping he grows a couple more inches, but he's a special athlete.
Okay.
Illinois is recruiting him as a quarterback. That's really their angle because not a lot of schools are. He's on campus. Shimon Cooper, a 4-star linebacker, that's his teammate, is on campus. Marcus Washington, a 4-star wide receiver, likely a top 100 player in the country. He's on campus.
Isn't that
so there's some big visitors here.
I was about ready to say, why wouldn't you just tell any kid exactly what he wants to hear? Oh, you want to be a quarterback? Yeah, we're going to recruit you as a quarterback. However, you saw what happened with the Illini recruit, Aaron Bailey, that he got here and wanted to be a quarterback, and they wanted to probably move him, and he said, no, I want to be a quarterback.
That's a different situation, though.
Yes.
Right? You had Garrick McGee. You had, at that time, Billy Gonzalez.
Right.
Remember?
Right. Oh,
Remember
yeah.
Billy Gonzalez?
I do. He joined us on the way from the airport.
And then Chris Beatty.
Right.
Those were your co-offense coordinators, and you were running a system based on a dual-threat quarterback.
Okay.
So that's why they did sell him, because he was going to be their quarterback.
Got it.
Then they fired that co-offense coordinator system because it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
They hired Bill Cubitt.
And then you're a passing offense.
Who's more of a spread offense system. You get Wes Lunt. That's harder, right? Yep. It was just a change of philosophy that Beckman didn't handle all that well with him either. So I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's not the same situation.
Got it. I'm gonna lead you down another bad path.
Yeah.
For about a year, we talked about John Gross, and bear with me here, okay? And how he would always shoot for the moon on guys like Jawan Evans, and he would shoot for the moon on guys like Cliff Alexander, and it never seemed to work out. And we had a lot of listeners, a lot of fans, and I even sometimes would be like, why are we trying to get these guys? But yet you and I would say, well, don't you want to be one of the best? Yeah. And to be the best, you got to get the best. Is Illinois hurting themselves at all by bringing in these 4-star kids, or is there a legit shot, and is there any danger with that because they know they've got the fallback?
There's going to be, I think, some commitments this weekend, and they don't have other big-time offers.
Okay.
And Illinois fans are going to go, why are you taking those kids? Why aren't you going after these other kids?
Right.
You need to fill a class.
Okay.
You need to fill players. You need, like Braden Daniels is an offensive lineman out of Texas they hope to close with. Tutu Atwell, I mentioned him yesterday.
Yeah.
A 5'8" slot receiver who's really, really fast. And then you have a couple other kids, Jartavius Martin, a defensive back who's a free safety out of Florida who doesn't have a lot of other Power 5 offers. They're probably going to take those kids. And people are going to be like, well, these guys don't have other big offers.
Exactly.
Well, you do have to fill spots in a class.
Right.
And if you fill them up earlier, you have more time to pay attention to those big-time targets.
Fair enough.
Football, there are so many kids in a class.
Right.
That you don't have to worry about that stuff as much
as in basketball.
As much as you
doubt.
do with basketball.
Okay.
Because basketball, there's only 3 or 4 spots. So it's trickier. Do I take Tamel Pearson, or do I see what happens with Colin Castleton? Do I see what happens with Silvio De Sousa, some of your top targets? Because you only have a couple spots.
Right, exactly.
And if you fill up too early, you might miss a chance on the top guy. Yeah. John Gross did the opposite. He went for the top guys and didn't get some good players that he knows he could have got.
Well said. I knew when I asked that you'd have a great answer, but it popped into my head when you kept hearing you talk about 4-star, 4-star, 4-star. If all of these guys tonight said, we'd be happy.
There's no stars on campus. There's 2 stars. There's 3 stars on campus. There's dozens of prospects.
Gotcha.
But I'm just giving you some of the highlights.
Fair enough.
But there will be, Malik Knowles has no other Division I offers. 6'2", 160, runs a 4.5 40. Really good measurables, but doesn't have a lot of interest.
Got it.
What if he commits?
Yeah.
Right? People be like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have a balance of kids that you can get and filling them up. And this class, I think, is going to be bigger.
Fair enough.
Than we originally thought because of the attrition that's happened. There will be more at some point. So this could be closer to a 20-person class. But if you go into the season with 14, 15 spots taken, that means you got 6 spots, and you can really focus on some of those kids.
Fair enough.
You don't want to go in with only 9 kids, miss out on some of those guys you like at this point and you would like on your team.
And then you're going even lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're going
lower
lower on your priority list there.
Do you let the 4-star guys eat first tonight?
No.
No? I mean, come on. Don't you? I mean, do they look and say, hey, you know what?
Let's ask Harry Black.
You're a 4-star guy. Yeah, like Harry. Yeah, that's a great question. So,
Harry, were you ever at any of these recruiting events? Were you required to be at any of these?
No.
Okay. So, like, as a walk-on, did you eat last?
Not really. It's kind of, I don't know. I always just kind of kept to myself. So that's kind of the reason I would eat last, just because I was an introvert.
Okay.
But it seemed like there was kind of a sense of camaraderie amongst the class. So it was basically just whoever gets to the front of the line first,
boom,
go and get what.
So it wasn't Westlawn going, guys, I'm the quarterback. I mean, no, that doesn't happen.
He's not that kind of guy.
No, he's not. Okay.
Usually.
Ted Karras. Ted Karras was first in the front.
He could get to the front of the line.
Yeah. Ted was probably plotting that all day.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Thank you, Harry. I obviously asked that as a joke, but I'm like, do you let the 4-star guys go eat? Why don't you guys eat first?
Do you think that helps you in a recruitment?
No.
Not
at all. Not at all.
But if it did?
Yeah, then you go eat first.
Luke, here you go, buddy.
Yep. Hey, guy, I'm sorry, I forget your name. All we have are hot dogs left, so
I hope winning that recruitment.
Hope that's all right with you. 359-2255. It is the Tay and J Show.
Summerbration. Summerbration. It's a funny word that combines summer and celebration into one, and it's a key component of the Honda Summerbration sales event. But it's not limited to nor exclusive to it. For example, feel free to say, I'm celebrating my friend's birthday with a picnic in the park. Or, sweet jacuzzi, let's all suit up and celebrate together. So, while we made certain well-qualified buyers can say, I got 0.9% APR at the Honda Summerbration sales event on a 2017 Honda Accord from KBB.com's best value brand. Please, feel free to use Summerbration as you see fit. Liberally. All summer long. There's a celebration happening at your Honda dealer. So hurry in today.
Visit your local Central Illinois Honda dealers today.
Based on 2017 Brand Image Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for information. APR financing offers available for well-qualified buyers. See dealer for financing details.
From buyers and sellers inspections before the sale, protect your future with AA Marshall Home Inspection Services. We also provide radon testing with results back in 48 hours. From Champaign to Savoy and Gifford to Gibson City, protect your future with AA Marshall Home Inspection Services. Get more details and schedule your inspection today at aamarshall.net.
Hold everything for less. The Pack Store Save event is going on now at the Home Depot, and the shelves are full of smart moving solutions, like moving boxes from as little as 77 cents, bubble wrap, moving blankets, packing tape, all in one place. Moving is stressful enough. Getting what you need in one trip shouldn't be. Make your first move to the Pack Store Save event going on now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only.
Hi guys, it's your pal Corny from the Urbana Sweet Corn Festival here. I'm so excited to present the 43rd annual celebration of me, August 25th and 26th. This year's festival has gone back to my roots and is local. Visit me at the area's largest free festival and find the best local vendors, live music, the Motor Muster Car Show, and of course, the main attraction, hot and buttery locally grown sweet corn.
This festival is proudly brought to you by the Urbana Business Association, City of Urbana, Bud Light, WCIA, CUMTD, and this station. For more information, visit UrbanaSweetCornFestival.com.
Escape to Legends Golf Course in Champaign for your next round of golf. This well-maintained 9-hole course sits nestled off Staley Road in Champaign. Legends hosts a top-quality range and facility to work on your game or an afternoon of family entertainment. Wanting to take your game to the next level? Legends offers club and fittings, PGA certified lessons from Greg Flessner. Legends Golf Course. Take a swing with them off Staley Road in Champaign.
DP Dough is the original Calzone company, and they cater all types and sizes of events, from office orders to private parties to entire visiting football teams. Everyone will be sure to enjoy something different than the same old sandwiches or pizza. DP Dough also delivers to nearly all of Champaign, Urbana, and Savoy until late at night. So give them a call or order online when you're hungry and no one else is delivering. With over 1 million calzones served since opening in 2006, DP Dough is sure to satisfy and fill you up. DP Dough, the original Calzone company.
Game Day Spirit, the official fan store of the Fighting Illini, is now open at their new location at 1602 South Neal Street in Champaign. Stop in and check brand new styles at the corner of Neal and Kirby across from McDonald's. Game Day has new looks to head back to school for the men, women, juniors, and youth. Plus, Game Day Spirit has a huge selection of buy one, give one free Illini shirts for the whole family. Shop Game Day Spirit on Green Street at their new location at 1602 South Neal and online at GameDaySpirit.com. Go Illini.
Protecting your home and family, you better have a plan. Keep them safe from harm with the home alarm from F.E. Moran. Home invasions are on the rise all across the land, but they'll think twice when they see the sign for F.E. Moran. Don't wait till it's too late, it's time to make a stand. Call 877 F.E. Moran. F.E. Moran. Alarm.
Hi, it's Stevie J. Start your day with me along with Diane Ducey, weekday morning 7 to 9, here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. Lonte, Jeremy Warner. Don't forget, next hour, of course, we will have drive time, but also Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com. I know Illinois offered Indianapolis 2018 wing Aaron Henry, according to Austin Berkland, of course.
Indiana.
We will ask Derek about that, and can they swing an Indiana kid or a Canadian? That's all I care
That's
about.
all I cares about.
That's all I care about.
Joining us in studio, a good friend Lindy from Prairie View Landscaping, a great sponsor of ours. We're going to give our mosquito control giveaway, but I'm sure you've been busy this summer with all the mosquitoes, especially with the rain we just had.
Oh yeah, it's been fun. It's real busy. Before we get started, though, guys, before we get started here on something, I've been listening to you guys. I think I remember your first show.
Yeah.
So I've been a long time listener, and then obviously we came over with Prairie View, and so with yesterday's breaking news, I'm going to miss hearing you two. I love Carp to death. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
But I enjoy the chemistry you guys had, and not too long ago, you guys had a draft. And in that draft, you failed to put the best two candies that there is out there. And I think I might have sent you guys a text or something that said I win just with these two. And so to make sure that you've had them before,
you brought candy.
I brought you guys some gummy bears.
Yes.
And I brought you some cherry Twizzler bites.
Oh, you're kidding me.
We're not on those lists.
Thank you, Lindy.
This has been bugging you forever, I
bet. Well, thank you, Lindy.
Did you soak the gummy bears in anything?
I did not. I apologize. I did not have a chance to get him.
Well, Lindy, I want to give you a little bit of plug with your business.
Yes.
I mean, you guys do everything, but the mosquito control is big right now.
Yes. No, it's busy. They're out there. It's barbecue season.
Yes.
We're growing into the dog days of summer. It's hot, so when in the evening you can finally get out there, the last thing you want to deal with is the mosquitoes. And as Lon mentioned a week or two ago, West Niles has been here. They found a bird with it in here. Now, I'm not telling you every mosquito flying around has it or anything, but I have children, and I'm not willing to take the chance. So,
amen.
If you're not willing to take the chance as well, it's very simple to get a quote from me. You just email mypvdiscount@gmail.com.
Okay.
Send me your name, your phone number. I'll have your email and your address. I can take a look and give you a free quote to let you know we are still offering 25% off because this is our 25-year anniversary.
Okay.
So they're out there. And like you mentioned, we do everything.
Yep.
If you have a project outside and you don't want to do it, call me. Worst case, I'm going to tell you is it's not something that I have the ability to do, but I'm going to come out. You're going to meet you. We're going to talk. I'll become friends with you. And if it's something you can do or in the future we can do, I have no problem coming out and talking
if
to
you have a parent that's older And you know that they've got a lot of yard work and you don't have time.
Yes. You know what? Christmas gifts.
Right.
You would be surprised. I get, actually, it's returning now. I probably have 9 or 10 customers that their son or daughters call me about November.
Awesome.
And, hey, do you do the gift certificates? Yeah, no problem. I get you a gift certificate for your lawn, anything, lawn, ass, mosquito, everything.
Yep. Got it.
Well, Lindy, we got to give away a free mosquito treatment right now. We had people text in all week about try and get this. They got a bunch of qualifiers. So which name did we pick?
Out of Dewey, Illinois, Mr. Nick Cotter.
Okay.
Nick Cotter. So I will be giving Nick a call probably Monday morning to get the address and get everything set up on that. But congratulations to Nick. I do have other names here of people that won that in, and I'm going to be sending them proposals as well with the 25% discount. And like I mentioned before, anybody else who wants a free quote, you're welcome to shoot me an email at the mypvdiscount@gmail.com.
I can sit here and tell you with authority that I've never been to Dewey, Illinois. I've never been to Dewey. And I probably should go to Dewey.
I guarantee you drove by it.
I'm sure I've driven by it. Now, there's no doubt about that. Lindy, it's always fun to see you come in, buddy.
Hey, guys, thank you. And seriously, good luck to both of you on
Thank
the
you,
future. And thank you. I know Illinois Sports is happy to have you. It's great to be able to listen to you guys, and I'm looking forward to future endeavors with you guys.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Lindy.
Appreciate it.
I got some Twizzler bites and some gummy bears to get into.
This is awesome. This is really awesome. I appreciate him doing that. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back. It is the Tay and J Show.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy.
Winning can be fun, and we love giving away free stuff, but we want to make sure it's fair for everyone. So here are the rules when competing to win on ESPN 93.5. No purchase necessary. Prize must be collected within 30 days during business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 2702 Boulder in Urbana. ESPN Radio assumes no liability due to circumstances beyond our control, and any prize may be substituted with a prize of equal or greater value. Winners are liable for any taxes, tips, or other miscellaneous charges associated with the prize. All contestants must have a valid ID and social security number. Our judges' decisions are final and reserve the right to end any contest at any time for any reason without notice. In the event that a contestant is found to be ineligible for a prize, said prize will not be awarded. And if you win, we reserve the right to use your likeness or voice on the radio or online, and any winners must wait 30 days to win again. Get a complete list of rules and more information on any contest on ESPN Radio at ESPNCU.com. Those are the rules, and good luck from ESPN 93.5.
U of I Community Credit Union for campus and community.
Celebrate with 0%, 50,000 bonus points, and 5 times points. The University of Illinois is celebrating 150 years, and the U of I Community Credit Union is getting in on the celebration with this exclusive offer. Now through September 30th, open a new Illini Visa and watch the advantages roll in, like 0%. That's right, 0% on all purchases until May 2018 for qualified applicants. Plus, everyone who opens a new Illini Visa rewards card could earn up to 50,000 bonus points. Use those points to purchase trips, gift cards, electronics, and more. But that's not all. All reward card holders will earn 5 times points on U of I purchases. Apply for your card today at IlliniCard.org. That's IlliniCard.org. Celebrate the University of Illinois and get rewarded, because no one cheers louder for the community than the U of I Community Credit Union.
U of I Community Credit Union for campus and community.
Hold everything for less. The Pack Store Save event is going on now at the Home Depot, and the shelves are full of smart moving solutions, like moving boxes from as little as 77 cents, bubble wrap, moving blankets, packing tape, all in one place. Moving is stressful enough. Getting what you need in one trip shouldn't be. Make your first move to the Pack Store Save event going on now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only.
It seems like in every home, there's at least one room that's either too hot or too cold. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Mitsubishi Electric has your comfort solution. Mitsubishi electric cooling and heating systems are up to 40% more efficient with no ductwork and whisper quiet. Individual room control, giving you the freedom to find your perfect comfort level and save money too. Make your whole home comfortable again. See Lance Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for your comfort solution and live better.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Lands is your local Mitsubishi electric diamond dealer. Our technicians are experts at solving your comfort needs, one room or your whole house. Let us show you how a Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling system can save you money now. Your comfort is our priority. Call Lands today at 1-800-AIR-REPAIR or find us online at landsinc.com. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
At Honda, we always look for ways to innovate. That's why we combined summer and celebration to create the Honda Summerbration sales event. You can combine 0.9% APR with the stylish Accord, a car and driver's 10 best a record 31 times. So hurry into your local Honda dealer for the Honda Summerbration sales event. It's amaze-tacular.
Car and Driver, January 2017. APR financing offers available for well-qualified buyers. See dealer for financing details.
Honda's introducing a new word, Summerbration. Use it as a noun, like, I picked up a 2017 Civic with 0.9% APR at the Honda Summerbration sales event. Or a verb, I'm summerbrating with KBB.com's Best Buy overall winner. Start your Summerbration today at your Honda dealer.
Visit your local Central Illinois Honda dealers today.
For more information, visit KellyBlueBooksKBB.com. APR financing offers available for well-qualified buyers. Offer excludes all hatchback models and Civic SI. See dealer for financing details.
Why drive to Key West when you can enjoy the new Tiki Bar and Patio at Daly's Sports Bar, 116 West Washington Street in Philo. With 9 flat-screen TVs and the MLB package, you can take in your favorite team's action live. Daily drink specials Wednesday through Friday evening from 5 to 9 p.m. Enjoy the Daly's Outback Food Wagon on the patio featuring special burgers, sandwiches, shrimp baskets, fried and grilled cod, nachos, tacos, and cheesy fries. Now through August 25th, enter to win a trip to Las Vegas with $100 cash drawings every Friday. There's no purchase necessary to enter and win. Co-sponsored by XL Entertainment, Illinois' most chosen terminal operator. Play slots and win some cash at Daly's, featuring the latest and hottest slots. Come in and play slots, have a blast, some great food and drinks, and hit the jackpot. Be sure and enter for your chance to go to Vegas now through August 25th with $100 cash drawings every Friday at Daily Sports Bar, 116 West Washington in the heart of Philo. Must be 21 or older to play slots. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
What do you think? Guaranteed?
No.
Come on.
No.
You're not giving me that credit?
No.
Come on.
Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast brought to you by Chief Bauer. Trust the experts at Chief Bauer Service Experts to keep you cool all summer long. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit them online at chiefbauer.com. There's an allergy alert.
What?
It's the first time I've ever seen this. Allergy alert.
Oh, my goodness. Everybody run.
Tonight, clear, low of 55. Saturday, sunny, clear, high 81, low of 57. Sunday, sunny, clear, high 84, low of 61. Right now, sunny, clear, 82 in Champaign-Urbana. It is Drive Time, presented by Honda BMW of Champaign. For new and used vehicles, visit their huge inventory at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy, or you can visit them online at drivechampaign.com. Latte, as we recap the first 2 hours of the Tay and J Show.
Well, the first 20 minutes, we talked about what we had talked about yesterday on the show. Ourselves. And that's the way it should be, and that's the way it's going to be for the next 3 weeks until you and I say goodbye to each other. No, we made the announcement yesterday at this time, 24 hours ago. You were standing right where you're standing, exactly as you're standing, actually, now that I think about it. And you made the announcement, of course, that the Tay and J Show is coming to an end.
Yeah, it's going to come to an end on August 18th.
And that is weird.
It is weird. It is weird. And it's really, it's sad.
It is. There's
no
doubt.
I think there's a lot of people out there that are sad that have listened to our show. Maybe there are some people who are probably happy.
Right.
So you got what you wanted there. But no, I mean, the outreach from people the last day has been unbelievable.
It's unreal. It continues.
Yeah, whether it's Twitter, whether it's the text messages you and I have received, whether it's the stories we've heard from some people about what we've meant to them. Like
touching.
Yeah, like you don't think about that.
No, you don't.
As a radio show all that much. I think, these people will get to know us, maybe think of us as friends. Other people hear stories about how we help them through their lives at a certain difficult stretch, how we were a diversion or an escape or just a smile or a laugh every day.
Makes you feel good.
Yeah, that makes us feel like we're doing our job. And it's not just about Illinois sports and talking about that all the time or the Cardinals or Cubs. It's about you and I just being real.
Yeah.
And that's what'll be hard to replicate is the chemistry we've had is real. It's
really
rare.
Is. Right.
We are the yin to the yang. It was
Totally.
it was a nice mix here, and it's sad that it's coming to an end. But for us personally, it'll help a lot, and I do think for the station, it'll grow the station. I think we'll be better for it in the long run.
And I know we'll our last show will be August 18th together, and that will be a tough show, no doubt, for both of us. But it's one of those where all of a sudden now we've got you 9 to 11 with sports programming, Carp and I 4 to 6. So look at it that way. You're getting an extra hour of sports programming for Illinois, local sports, etc. And that's huge.
And when you wake up in the morning, you'll have something to go to about yesterday's game or yesterday's news. If news breaks in the middle of the day, you got Carp and Lon.
Yep.
Or you got a different take on it, a different kind of voice. I think that's important.
I do too. That's one thing that always bugged me. Illinois would play a huge basketball game, huge football game, whatever. Football's a little different because you're Saturday and you're not even until Monday. But a huge basketball game, and then you and I don't even get to react until 3 o'clock the next day. And a lot of times by then, sometimes good in terms of anger, but a lot of times by then it's just kind of pushed to the side. And I never felt like it was a true reaction. You're going to be able to do that the next morning now. And I think a lot of Illini fans are going to love that. I know somebody texted in and said, wait, don't let Carp lose his anger because I like that once in a while because he's kind of the voice of Illinois fans, and I agree, but we'll be able from 4 to 6 to kind of react now that everything's kind of pacified, but you're going to have first reaction essentially, and that's what I'm excited to listen to games or to listen to your show, especially after games.
It'll be a challenge for me.
Yes.
It's very bittersweet.
Yep.
Because I've had a lot of people congratulate me about my show.
Right.
It wasn't about that. I want people to know that. It wasn't about me getting a solo show so I can have that name by myself. It wasn't about that. It was about getting more flexibility, more time in my life for my family, for my real job, as Lonte would put it, because this is not the real job.
This is our hobby.
This is the part-time job, right? So, yeah, I mean, it was a lot for both of us, and I think this will help both of us with the personal life.
Totally agree.
We also talked some sports today.
Yeah.
And we talked about Yadi Molina and Mike
Can we talk about
Matheny.
ourselves some more?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because Yadi Molina didn't react to Mike Matheny telling the press yesterday. He kind of basically was saying, Yadi looks a little tired, so we're trying to get Carson Kelly in there a little bit more. And Yadi said, I trained to play 174 games because that's what it takes to be a champion. I'm not tired, and the day I feel tired, I'll express it myself. Hashtag misinforming.
Wow. You corrected me. You asked me my opinion. I said this is a guy I feel like that feels like, here comes the incumbent. Carson Kelly's here. Last night he throws a guy out at third. He hits the ball well. But you said it right. Yadi was out of line on this. He's out of line on this. Mike Matheny is a guy, he's the manager, whether you like it or not. He's the manager. And Yadi, yes, he should feel entitled. He's the one Cardinal, maybe he and Waino are the one Cardinals that could sit there and say, all right, I feel like I deserve a voice.
Yeah.
But to me, this didn't help anything.
What was your point? And I guess he told reporters today he felt called out. I didn't think anything Matheny said was out of line. Or saying like Yadi Molina.
Yeah, I'm assuming he was asked the question.
Yadi Molina's soft.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't think that's what he was going for.
Before I even start my press conference, I just want to say Yadi looked tired.
But the fact that Yadi felt the need to go to social media tells you something's not right there.
I agree. Go to the manager.
When the clubhouse all along under Mike Matheny, you can argue all day about Mike Matheny, the manager, right?
Yep.
And there's a lot of criticism there. He has held that thing together. Now you have the face of your franchise, right, calling out your manager.
And your former mentor.
That's a huge deal.
It is.
That I didn't think Yadi would ever go there.
Same here.
It means to me that there's some discontent in that locker room. And especially with Yachty, that's surprising to me, but that's a bad sign.
It is a bad sign. Now, this isn't Montero-ish with the Cubs, but even then we screamed about, why are you taking that public? You need to go into your manager and talk to him and say, hey, you're putting me out on a limb here because now guys are running all day against Arrieta, and now I'm the one that looks like I can't throw anybody out. That's not something you voice. And, of course, he's gone now. He's in Toronto. This isn't that big of a deal, as much of a deal as that. But yet it's still one of those where it shows lack of institutional control, right?
It's the first sign of it, right?
Yes, it is.
The first real big sign of it when that has been – the Cardinals have never had that.
No,
right? They've just never had to deal with that under Mike Matheny.
Absolutely.
During his tenure. That's the one thing you could definitely point to.
How are you feeling today? You lost the Crosstown Cup for the first time in 4 years.
Feel great. Okay. This hashtag tank is working so well.
This hashtag tank.
I mean, the Cubs finally win the Cup. It's about time.
Yes.
You win a real trophy.
No doubt.
Right?
Are you going to have a parade? They're going to shut down Chicago because of this, Austin?
Just parade through the South Side with that Cup.
Exactly.
It's working out great for the White Sox and Cubs after that Quintana trade. They're going the ways they hoped they would go.
Illinois football. Doing a cookout with a bunch of recruits. We talked to Robert Rosenthal also from IlliniBoard.com. Kind of went through the Illinois depth chart, if you will, this year. But this is a big weekend for Lovey and the staff with a lot of big-name kids on campus.
Yeah, Luke Ford, the top prospect in state, the top 5 tight end in the country. They got one of the top cornerbacks in the country from California, a 4-star defensive back as well, a safety from California. Ronnie Perkins, a 4-star defensive end out of St. Louis. Dallas Craddock, a 3-star safety out of St. Louis.
Wow.
A bunch of kids, really good players. They should get a couple commitments out of this, but getting those big-time targets on campus is big. It really helped play off last year for guys like Owen Carney, Larry Oladipo, Carmani Green, Larry Boyd. So this event's been very successful for them in the past, and it's great to see that Lovie Smith and his staff, even if they're not landing these star players quite yet, these 4-star, a lot of these kids, they're pulling them to campus.
Absolutely.
That's a good sign because eventually you're probably going to land somewhere.
I asked you, in case you just got in your car, I asked you to close out last hour. You saw this a little bit with John Gross in the basketball sense that he went after the big fish, and a lot of times it hurt him. And I asked you, is this kind of a worry if you got a bunch of 4-star kids and you don't get any of them? But there's a difference here with football.
Yeah, football, maybe 20 scholarships in this class. It's going to be bigger than we originally thought. You fill your class. You got to fill a class at some point.
Sure.
You need solid players, and you need guys who kind of fit your scheme. They're going to get some of those commitments this weekend from guys who don't have other Power 5 offers, and fans will be like, oh, they need to go bigger. Well, they also have all these big kids on campus.
No doubt.
Who are going to decide a little bit later, but you got to lock up a nice base of your class. And for Illinois, it'd be nice to have 14, 15 commitments before you go into the season, and then really be able to focus on shooting for those stars to try and fill up those last couple spots.
We got a minute left. Robert Rosenthal on with us. Did he say anything that kind of piqued your interest?
Robert's usually a positive guy. You can tell he's really nervous about this season.
I agree.
Right, and it's kind of what I've been saying, but he's really concerned about the offensive line, as he should be.
8 seniors.
Tight end, you should be. Defensive line, you should be. There's questions all over this roster.
No doubt.
It's about a year of the eye test. Do these young kids look the part? Are they getting the system? Does Chase Crouch stay healthy, and does that offense look like it's going to be good in the future? Does this defense look like it's growing? I think those are the keys that you're looking for.
Perfect stuff. That is Drive Time.
Brought to you by Honda BMW of Champaign. For new and used vehicles, visit their huge inventory at the corner of Neal and Burwash and Savoy, or visit them online at drivechampaign.com.
I got to do this. We just had a text come in on the Cheap Hour text line that is so good I've got to read it right now. It says, it's too bad I'll never get to see what a Tay and J Show would be like during winning seasons of basketball and football. Best of luck.
Well, maybe there's a great thing for Illinois.
Yeah, they're right. If we are Sports Illustrated, if we're that jinx for Illinois, maybe this is good.
Because we have been terrible for Illinois sports.
I mean, the Tay and J
we've
Show.
done a great job of broadcasting and giving them publicity.
Oh, ridiculous. But they've not won at any kind of a level.
I mean, we brought in
positive.
We brought in Mike Thomas.
We
ushered in that era. We ushered in the John Gross and Tim Beckman eras, the mini Cubit era. Though we did bring in Lovey and Brad Underwood.
We did.
I don't want to curse them any further.
I think as the Tay and J Show was crumbling, Lovey and Brad showed up.
So we had three bowl games.
3 bowl games and 1 NCAA tournament.
Had more bowl games than NCAA tournaments.
Did we just
2
have
NCAA
one?
tournaments?
No, 2. That's right. 2.
Because the UNLV, they beat them and played Kansas.
So 3 bowl games, 2 NCAA tournaments.
Man, everyone's talking smack about the football program. They're getting the postseason more often than basketball.
And one hell of a run in baseball. Didn't we? Dan Hartliff's crew went on, they like this.
And we had the golden era of golf.
Yes, correct. And Justin Spring won a national title.
That's right.
So, we
did some things.
We've done a few things.
Softball got a couple of NCAA tournaments.
Look at that. Take that, Illinois fans. I love that text, though. That's awesome. When we return, it is, update time, obviously, with Austin, and then Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com, talking some Illinois basketball. Could an Indiana kid be on the radar? Lon's excited. Tay and J Show.
ESPN Radio Sports Beat. From Charlotte, here's Dari Noka.
Why would Odell Beckham Jr. think he should be the highest paid player in the NFL? He does. That's the declaration he made in a video posted by Uninterrupted yesterday. Now, he is set to make $1.8 million this season. Comparatively, that's bad, considering he's made 3 straight Pro Bowls. Heck, he'll make more than 3 times that this year from Nike alone. So yes, he is well under where he should be based on value, no question. But the highest paid player in the league? Why wouldn't that be a quarterback automatically? Incidentally, the current highest paid player is Joe Flacco, so realistically it shouldn't be him based on value. But why would a wide receiver who touches the ball every, 5th or 6th play at best ever be the highest paid player in the league? Especially one who made the conscious decision to leave town, go to Miami, party on a boat the week before a playoff game in Green Bay. By the way, he played poorly against the Packers, punched a hole in the wall at Lambeau, prompted his GM to say he needed to grow up and look himself in the mirror. Highest paid player in the entire NFL? I guess it's good to have goals. In 60 seconds, please pull him.
Gentlemen, JCPenney is celebrating Black Friday in July. This Friday and Saturday, save with amazing spotlight deals at Black Friday prices, like up to 60% off brands like Stafford, J. Farrar, Foundry, and more, including big and tall sizes, and select items like $7.99 St. John's Bay polos and shorts for $9.99. Plus, this is the only time of the year you can stack on your coupon and save an extra $10 on top of Black Friday prices. Hurry, and Saturday. That's getting your pennies worth. JCPenney. Coupon valid 7/26 to 7/29 on select items in store and at jcp.com. Some exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
Hurry in. For a limited time, get big savings on automotive batteries while they're hot. Visit AutoZone today for hot deals on the parts and supplies you need. While heat causes battery fluid to evaporate, which could damage your battery, Duralast batteries are designed to beat the heat, tested to start your car at up to 167 degrees Fahrenheit. And right now, you'll get a $20 AutoZone gift card by mail-in rebate when you buy select automotive batteries. Let's get you what you need. Restrictions and details apply. Limit 2.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Poor Michael Blazek. The Brewer will never forget his first career start. It came last night in Washington. First inning of his major league life, Bryce Harper shakes his hand with a 2-run blast. Then the third innings when you had to start feeling bad for young Michael Blazek. Leadoff hitter Brian Goodwin, homer. Next up was Wilmer Defoe, homer. Next up, Bryce Harper, yard again. That's back to back to back. Then Ryan Zimmerman, he goes yard. So that's 4 straight homers off Blazek. At this point, aren't we begging manager Craig Counsell to get him out of the game? It's his first big league start. 2 batters later, Anthony Rendon gone. First start, Blazek becomes the first pitcher in the history of Major League Baseball to give up 5 home runs in 1 inning. Some memories are meant to be forgotten. With the ESPN Radio Sports Beat, I'm Dari Noka.
Diane Ducey here to tell you about Mobile Meter. When I'm playing taxi to my kiddos, I no longer have to worry about parking tickets and loose change. I downloaded the Mobile Meter app to ease my parking frustrations. You should download the Mobile Meter app today. It's available on iTunes, on your phone app store, or at mobilemeter.us.
Take advantage of a great summer special for braces at Illini Smiles Dental Care on Springfield Avenue in Champaign and at Angel Smiles Dental Center in Rantoul. Schedule an appointment today for a free consultation for braces with our orthodontic experts. Illini Smiles and Angel Smiles will present an individualized treatment plan based on your personal needs to give you the care that you deserve. Not only does Illini Smiles and Angel Smiles take your insurance, they're also in network with many PPO plans, which means lower costs for you. Plus, save up to $600 off orthodontic services if you start your treatment before September 1st. Don't need braces? Schedule a back-to-school check checkup for just $50, which includes a school exam and x-rays. In Champaign, call Illini Smiles Dental Care at 356-3335. Or in Rantoul, call Angel Smiles Dental Center at 892-8868. Angel Smiles in Rantoul also takes the medical card for most dental services for children 21 years and younger. Take advantage of these two great specials. Save up to $600 off braces if you start before September 1st. Or a back-to-school exam and x-rays for just $50 at Illini Smiles Dental Care and Angel Smiles Dental Center.
Life is full of twists and turns. You can't see the unknown, but you can certainly prepare for it. Pekin Life Insurance Company offers a variety of term and whole life insurance policies that are designed to meet the needs of individuals and their families. Options include transitional life, universal life, preferred whole life, family term life, and many others. Visit PekinInsurance.com or ask your local Pekin Insurance agent about an affordable, beyond the expected life insurance policy that's right for you.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy. When you're heading home, Tay and J are on your way talking sports. Weekday afternoons 3 to 6 here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Whew. I was eating some gummy bears, and
you got to be a professional if you're going to do this candy stuff.
Yeah, I can't pull a Fred Wakefield here.
Right.
Hey, I have some breaking news. The Dodgers have acquired Luke Farrell from the Royals.
Oh boy, championship.
Wait, Luke Ford?
Luke Farrell.
Oh, Luke Farrell.
Luke
so
Ford,
the Royals
switching sports.
Buying or selling?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question.
Buying some and selling some.
Some, right, exactly.
All right, I'm Austin Berglund with the 5:30 Sports Center update presented by State Farm agent John Kaywood. At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score time and money. Call State Farm agent John Kaywood at 217-367-1105 today. The Illini basketball offered Indianapolis 2018 wing Aaron Henry. Henry has offers from IU, Xavier, UConn, Nebraska, MSU, and Butler, among many others. Vikings have waived former Illini quarterback Wes Lunt. Lunt is now an unrestricted free agent. Cubs win the Cup. Cubs win the Cup. The Cubs beat the White Sox 6-3 last night to claim the Cup 3-1. Kyle Schwarber went deep twice and collected a triple. Rizzo hit a dinger as well. Here's Kyle Schwarber's line in 15 games since returning from Iowa.
Hall of Famer.
I agree. He's Babe Schwarber.
Right.
That's what I was.
I agree.
That's what happened in the World Series.
Babe Ruth never got called down to Iowa. Sorry. Go ahead.
You left me speechless there, Lon. 280 average, 368 OBP, and a 680 slugging with 5 homers and 8 RBIs. On the south side, the Jose Abreu homer 2 times. Cubs have a 3-game series against the Brewers starting tonight.
I just didn't want you to be able to talk about the Cardinals' loss.
Cardinals lost to the D-backs 4-0. J.D. Martinez homered, and the Cardinals take on the Diamondbacks again. It's Robbie Ray versus Michael Walker.
Thank you, Austin. I always thought J.D. Martinez was left-handed hitting.
No.
And I don't know why I thought that. But last night he hits the grand slam off Luke Weaver, and they won the game 4-0. And I'm calling it. The Cardinals need to sweep. They need to sweep the rest of these games. They need to win the rest. It wouldn't be a sweep. They just lost, but they need to win the rest of these games, go 6-7 on this homestand if they have a chance.
Is Luke a relative of Ray?
That's a great question. That is a great question.
Is he? You should ask him.
I will.
You know Ray really well.
Ray is a good friend of mine.
You call him a lot.
Absolutely. I see him all the time.
Yes, you do.
He's always out and about.
He's always there, no matter where you are. I guess some places.
Some places, no.
Yeah.
But it just...
like a high school basketball practice. He's
right.
Not there.
But when you don't expect it, Ray Weaver walks in, and sometimes he seems like he's everywhere.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Especially on a beach or something.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Tailgates.
I miss us.
I know. What?
Anyway, let's get to the Jupiters at the Crossing phone line. And welcome in our buddy Derek
Ray
Piper.
Weaver's on the phone.
Illini-Inquirer.com. Follow him on Twitter at DPiperScout. We know there's a football barbecue going on right now, but basketball recruiting never quits.
No.
And Derek, we're 2 down of the evaluation periods. What are you looking forward to in the 3rd evaluation period?
Yeah, man, really just closing up the month. Very important to look at that priority list and try to find out who you want to bring in first for visits. You're trying to line up, who you want to bring in first, and how you're trying to approach each position, and kind of figuring out who's gettable and what it really will take to land certain players. So this is kind of the month where I think players start to cut their lists and let these coaches know, this is who I'm really focusing on, and the coaches kind of make decisions on which players they want to prioritize first as they make their final pushes in this class.
What's the toughest decision Brad Underwood's staff has?
That's a great question. With wings, I think that especially with their system, 2 through 4 isn't that different. But I could say also with bigs, there are a lot of different skill sets that they're going to have to decide between with what they want. Different types of players, whether they want a 2 or they're going to take a 4, but they also, like a guy like E.J. Liddell in 2019, do you want to take a 4 if you like him a lot? But then with a 5, it's still bunched together after that, top level when you have George Condit and Colin Castleton and Amadou Sow. They're all very similar and close together and high on Illinois. A lot of them are, and you probably can only take one. So that might be the toughest thing.
That'll be interesting. Derek Piper, follow him on Twitter at DPiperScout. Derek, going into these evaluations, I know there's another one. What is one player that you watched and thought they're better than I even thought? And what's one? Well, I think we know the other. How about that? What is 1 or 2 players that you watched and thought, you know what? I knew he was good. I knew he could do this, but he's doing even more than I thought.
Yeah, I would say that Amadou Sow is definitely one of them, the big man out of Cal. I saw him a little bit this spring, and you kind of just saw him as, a bigger athlete that runs the floor a little bit, but he came out and Peach Jam and played really, really well. Hit the glass hard and, dunked, rebound, just did a lot, and I think that Illinois liked him a lot more than I thought they would. I thought that maybe he was just because they were like really his first big offer. They just threw it out there, and I didn't know if they were going to be a big player or really try to be. But now all of a sudden, he's one of the big guys they like the most in this class. Obviously, Jericho Helms, I didn't even know who he was in the spring, and all of a sudden I'm like, dang, who's this kid? So, he's one that has really impressed as well.
Has there been one kid that, and I think of this like Jordan Goodwin, who I know he was a stud, don't get me wrong, but has there been one kid that you look at that maybe doesn't have all the ballyhooed, but you think that kid would really work in Brad Underwood's system?
Yeah, there's a lot of good fit, I think, when you think about, Landers Nolly, who's a wing from Georgia, who just is athletic and shoots the 3, and that's something that, Underwood is really looking for. Is kind of the main points he's looking for right now is to get more athletic and get shot makers. He doesn't feel like there's enough of both of those on his roster right now. And then Taylor Horton-Tucker is really the easiest one, I think, just because of his toughness and his versatility, his ability to play essentially 2 through 4. And Underwood's pretty much loved him ever since he saw him. So I think he's a fantastic fit.
He's Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com. You can follow him on Twitter at DPiperScout. I've been following the Tim Finke thing, and it seems like this has been a roller coaster, Derek. Where are we right now with Tim Finke's recruitment?
Yeah, it's a crazy time. Trying to figure out, who's in it hard, who wants him, enough to take him right now. He's had a pretty rough month. Didn't play well in Peach Jam. Didn't follow that up by not playing that great the following week. So, he's hoping hoping to close out the month strong. As I say, Tim's a good player. I think some of the hang-ups about him are his shot making. He doesn't do one thing great. He's good at different things, solid at different things. Vandy has been in there, but they're after some other bigger names, guys that are playing better right now. Illinois, same deal. Notre Dame took some wings already. Ohio State's in there, but they can probably shoot a little bit higher. So it's an odd situation for him right now.
Derek, Ayo Dosunmu obviously is the top target here. What's kind of the timeline for him? Because it seems like we keep saying Illinois Xavier. Do you think a decision's close, or do you think he'll go on all of these visits and kind of prolong this thing?
Yeah, that'll be up to him. I think that he wants to take a visit to Xavier, probably an official there. I could see him visiting Champaign again. I'm not sure that a place like Kansas will get a visit. I don't see that right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he does the old Jalen Brunson and takes 2 visits and then decides to make a decision. That wouldn't surprise me. So maybe sometime in September, later September, early October. I don't think he's going to stretch it out to November. I think that it'll be sooner rather than some of these other people who are going to take 5 official visits and way closer to November.
All right, Illinois basketball has offered Indianapolis 2018 wing Aaron Henry. Did I say Indianapolis?
Yeah, you did.
Is that in the state of Indiana? Yes, it is. All right, Derek, get me excited about Aaron Henry, a 2018 wing.
Oh, he's from Indiana. He's a lefty.
Yes!
So I think you like that. I was also talking to my buddy Jeff Rabjohns, who said that his team won the state title last year, and he led the team in points, rebounds, and assists.
Done.
So that's pretty impressive. And he's out in Vegas right now. I believe he's averaging around 24, 25 points per game. Done. So pretty good. He's really blowing up this month. He didn't really have a whole lot going for him. Major offer-wise, going into July, Butler offered on the 30th of June, but Xavier, Indiana, Nebraska, UConn have all offered recently, and now obviously Illinois. So he's a pretty good wing, and just another option for Illinois out there. A guy that can score it for sure and do a lot of different things as well.
Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com. You can follow him on Twitter at DPiperScout. So with this class, what does this class mean for Brad Underwood in the big scheme of things? Is this about finding a star? Is this about finding pieces that fit the puzzle? I mean, what do you think this class means?
It's huge. I think first and foremost, and you see it with the way the priority has trended with Ayo. I think that they're one more big piece in the backcourt away from having an extremely good backcourt down the line. When you think about Trent and Mark and DeMonte and Tijon, and if you can throw Ayo into that mix, that can be one of the most dynamic backcourts down the road. 2-3 years from now. So also, as with most classes, you got to fill needs. You have to land a big guy that can produce. Maybe it's not going to be that impact big guy that you hoped for, but one that can develop along with Ebo and Matique to be slotted in there when guys like Michael Finke graduate and LeRon Black. So there are needs to be met, but I think that first and foremost, it's really that special chance to land back-to-back Mr. Basketballs and make that backcourt just dynamic.
Derek, we saw 1 minute and 10 seconds, I believe, on Twitter of this team.
Oh,
Ebo looks like an all Big Ten player.
Unreal.
Are we hearing everybody's awesome in workouts right now?
Everybody's awesome. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's how it goes. But they're having fun, so it's good.
Hey, and by the way, Derek, you and I have talked ad nauseum about this, but I'm only 3 weeks away. I don't have to work with him anymore. I mean, he can't hear this.
Derek's that's his
I've
dream.
clipped his headphone. But, I mean, how sweet is this going to be, Derek? I finally get to branch out on my own.
Oh, man, I'm so happy for you guys. And I'm not saying this just because Jeremy's my boss and you beat me in Top Shot, but you guys are awesome. You guys have had a great run.
No doubt.
I'd love to be a part of it, and you guys do a great job of being informative and also making it a lot of fun. So I always look forward to talking to you guys.
Well, and Derek he's like at the top of the depth chart of the AAA roster.
Absolutely.
So when we need somebody to call up to the majors and come in and fill in, Derek's a phone call away, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that Tommy Pham?
He's the Tommy Pham of the waiting list.
Which he's probably most valuable when we need to play him, right?
So in other words, he should be on here instead of you and I assume. All right, Derek, I'm going to send you out with this.
Everything is a song.
All right, buddy, we'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Sounds good, guys. Have a great weekend.
All right.
See you, Derek.
Derek Piper, everything is awesome. He did a pretty good rendition there when he sang that.
That was good.
I mean, everything is awesome.
Yeah,
he sounded tired up until that point.
Yes, that's what surprised me.
I looked over at you and I gave you the international symbol of like laying my head on my hand, and I'm like, he sounds tired. And then he just bursts out with everything is awesome. That was awesome. All right, 359-2255. That's the number, 217-359-2255. You can text the Chief Bauer text line or call the Jupiter's the Crossing phone line.
We didn't talk about this the other day, but there was a huge shakeup atop one of the world's most important rankings.
Really?
Yeah.
You're teasing me here.
We'll talk about that after the break.
You're always welcome home at the end of a busy day at Platinum Award-winning Comfort Suites on Lincoln Avenue in Urbana, rated number 1 on TripAdvisor. All rooms are suite style with a sitting area and pull-out sofa. Enjoy their 24-hour indoor heated pool, spa, and fitness center, full hot breakfast buffet daily, and a complimentary light evening meal Monday through Wednesday. Comfort Suites also offers a group and airport shuttle, and they're pet-friendly. You'll always be welcomed at the end of your day at Platinum Award-winning Comfort Suites. Call 328-3500 to reserve your overnight stay today. 328-3500.
Home is where the art is. It's where every day begins and ends. It's a place for big occasions and small. Home is where stories unfold and where they are told. We may leave, but we always come home again. First Financial Bank can help you achieve the home of your dreams. Talk with one of our friendly loan officers and we'll help you find the loan that's right for you. Consider it our way of saying welcome home. From First Financial Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
You started your business because you have something special to offer, and you want customers to know it from the moment you hand them your card. That's why now is the time to go to Vistaprint.com to get 500 customized, high-quality business cards starting at just $9.99. Choose everything about your card with thousands of customizable designs for every industry, and our support specialist standing by to help. Head to Vistaprint.com to get 500 business cards starting at $9.99. Use promo code 7700 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 7700.
It was big, huger than huge.
Big would be an understatement. Wow, this is giant. It's Rosati's Pizza's Big Deal Beginning of the Week sale. This Monday and Tuesday, the big, huge deal is coming your way. Score a 14-inch, 2-topping thin crust pizza with a 2-liter for $17.10. Rosati's continues to celebrate their 10th anniversary with really large, big deals. A 14-inch, 2-topping thin crust pizza with a 2-liter for only $17.10 at Rosati's Pizza. 701 South Gregory and online at myrosatis.com.
You already know Houlihan's Restaurant and Bar at the iHotel is a great restaurant, but don't forget about the bar. Fantastic drink specials and mouth-watering menu items from snacks to full meals. A nice selection of draft, craft, and domestic beers, and just about any cocktail you can imagine. Watch a game with multiple flat screens on all sides of the bar, or grab some tables and make it a party. Drink specials daily, plus Houlihan's is now serving a delicious hot breakfast 7 days a week. Houlihan's at the iHotel. Check them out at the corner of 1st Street and St. Mary's Road, just south of the State Farm Center.
Flooring Surfaces Factory Outlet is the premier source for discount flooring in Central Illinois. Dozens of Mill Direct carpet rolls are in stock now. You can take home a new carpet today or use our professional installation service and we'll measure for free. And check out the Deal Zone, where porcelain tile is just 49 cents. Hardwood, laminate carpet, or vinyl, you'll find great discounts at Flooring Surfaces Factory Outlet, 1703 North Dunlap in Savoy.
Flooring Surfaces, the world at your feet.
Summer is here and there's no better way to swing into the season than at Willow Pond Golf Course, the most improved golf course in Central Illinois. Golf for $30 Monday through Friday with a cart, $20 after 3 p.m. Golf Saturday and Sunday with a cart for just $35 and $25 after 3 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Seniors golf Monday through Friday with a cart for just $20. Not a golfer? The 19th Hole Bar and Grill serves up great food and drink specials, live video gaming, and the Full Swing Golf Simulator. Call and schedule a tee time today at 893-9000 or willowpondgolf.com.
It's Lon Tay from ESPN 93.5, and whenever I need work done on my car, I go to Long's Garage. No, not Lon's Garage, Long's Garage in Urbana on Main Street just east of Schnucks. From engines and brakes to new tires, you can get a variety of auto maintenance assistance from the experts at Long's Garage Complete Auto Service. And this summer, beat the heat and come into Long's Garage for an AC check. Since 1941, Long's Garage has offered expert repair services. Visit them today at 503 East Main Street in Urbana, just east of Schnucks.
Champaign County Head Start, a program of the Champaign County Regional Planning Commission, has openings for qualified teachers, teachers' aides, preschool teachers, substitute teachers, and bus drivers. Head Start provides a variety of opportunities for those wanting to get started in the childcare preschool field at locations in Champaign, Urbana, Savoy, and Rintoul, along with competitive benefits, health insurance, tuition reimbursement, and a great work environment. For more information, visit our website at ccrpc.org.
Hi, it's Stevie J. Start your day with me along with Diane Ducey, weekday mornings 7 to 9, here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
I just yelled at the interns for something that I caused.
You brought up the Michigan game from 2000.
Somebody in the Champaign room tweeted out today about, I didn't really read all of it, but it was something about big games, and it was that 2000 Michigan game, Illinois football, Michigan, when Rocky Harvey didn't fumble, and they called it Michigan's ball, and then A-Train fumbled, and they called it Michigan's ball. And then if I'm correct, and I know I've talked about this religiously on the show, if I'm correct, after that, it led to Big Ten instant replay, and I think 2 schools voted that down, and it was Ohio State and Michigan.
Of course it was.
But because they got every call, it seemed like. Now, they didn't, I'm sure, but, when you're us, you feel like, Big Brother gets every break. Yeah. So they're showing me the highlights, and I'm in here, now this is 17 years later, and I'm in here, like, yelling at Bill
Lamonier.
Stupid head. Or whatever his name is.
Knucklehead.
And I'm just like,
wait, Lon, we're swearing again.
Oh, that's right.
Stupid head, knucklehead.
Crap. I'm sorry.
Hell, Lon, stop it.
Oh, man. I apologize for that. So I don't know why I did that to myself. I don't know why I watched that. I don't know. I'm sorry. Now I'm mad.
All right, I got a couple things for you.
Okay, good. Bring me back.
There's a big shakeup of one of the world's most important rankings.
AP Top 25?
Bill Gates was knocked off as the world's richest man.
What?
But only for a brief amount of time. Jeff Bezos yesterday, his value, he's the founder of and CEO of Amazon.
Oh.
His net worth peaked at $92.3 billion on Thursday.
92 point. You know why? Because my brother just bought an Echo on Amazon. You guys are laughing in there, but that's true. Because he texted me during the show and said, I bought the boys an Echo from Amazon. So my brother had the direct result of why that guy was number one. But now he's not anymore?
No.
Bill Gates flex.
His value dropped $2.1 billion on Friday.
My goodness.
He just lost $2.1 billion today. Because Amazon's stock fell a little bit.
Are you kidding me?
The stock fell just a little bit. So Amazon, he now has gone down $2.1 billion. And now Bill Gates retains this place as the richest person in the world.
Well done, Bill.
It's like when USC or somebody Alabama loses a game.
Right.
And somebody comes up, takes number one ranking. It's like, yeah.
For 1 week.
And then they lose the next week.
And then, boom, Alabama's back on top. That
Bezos is like Missouri or something.
$92.5 billion. Is Shad Khan?
I think he's like $8 billion.
$8 billion.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos is so rich he bought a newspaper. Because he doesn't have to care about it.
Exactly.
I can lose money on this.
What the heck? I'll just buy it.
It's kind of a passion project.
We'll go from there. That is interesting stuff. Bill Gates, by the way, I'm a Rotarian. Bill Gates, big in Rotary. He gives big money every year to Rotary, so I always appreciate that.
So the St. Louis Cardinals have an interesting spot, an interesting dilemma. I guess there are a lot of teams, according to ESPN's Buster Olney, Jerry Krasnick as well is tweeting this, that Lance Lynn has a lot of interest on the market.
Okay.
As a Cardinals fan, you're in the race.
Yes, you are.
You're not feeling great about it.
No, not at all.
But you're kind of, many moves away, or it's one big move away from really being a contender again. But you got a good staff, and Lance Lynn's a big part of that. Do you trade Lance Lynn, or what would it take for you to trade Lance?
I think at this point, knowing that he's going to sign a big enough deal, either with you, obviously, the Cardinals could still sign him at the end of this year, or with someone else, and if the value is over, I believe it's $50 million for the contract, then
which Lance Lynn should get.
Which he should get. Then you being the Cardinals, would receive a compensatory pick, and of course, the Cardinals have lived on these picks for the last 5 years. With the idea with Pujols, and they got Waka and whomever, and on down the list, and Grichuk, I think. But they traded for him. But I think knowing that you can get that pick, which is a high draft pick, I think the Cardinals then do a Rick Hahn.
But now it's not a first rounder.
That's right.
It's a second rounder.
I just thought of that too. As you
it's
started
a second
to talk,
and third
I'm
rounder
like, that's
instead
right.
of a first rounder. So
it's not as
there's
big
still
of a deal.
value.
There is still value.
But for me, I got to get a top 100 prospect.
Same here, and that's what I was about to say. I think you go into Rick Hahn mode. You like that? I mean, Rick has done so well now that we're using him as the example. I think you go into Rick Hahn mode and you tell teams he is available, but you better be able to give us a prospect that we think is going to work out in the future. So I think that's where you're at, and I really honestly think he's the only guy that has any value on the Cardinals.
Yeah.
That would be up for sale, if you will.
Yeah, Rosenthal, he's up and down, and I think teams are scared of that.
I mean,
doesn't have any value right now.
Not at all. I'm trying to think of a team out there.
But Lance Lynn, I mean, if he gets you a prospect 50 through 100.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I am, because I don't know that he's coming back next year. I really don't feel that. And I feel like the Cardinals want to spend their money on that bat in the middle of the order, or figure out a way to do that.
Now J.D. Martinez wasn't able to get top prospects.
No, that's true. So that's the interesting thing. They just basically got rid of him to save money, didn't they?
Well, they got rid of him because they had to if they're going to rebuild, because they're going to lose him in free agency. Detroit.
Okay.
They don't have enough money to re-sign him.
And I think the Cardinals...
And they wanted multiple prospects.
Got it.
So they didn't get a top
I think the Cardinals are in a little bit different situation where they can afford that. They can afford to retain Lance Lynn, or they can afford to
and just get the comp pick, which would be more of a second or third.
That's true. Well, that's interesting, though, because Lance Lynn, and I told you 2 weeks ago or 3, that I would be perfectly fine with them signing him to a new deal. I like Lance Lynn as a starter. I know he's frustrating at times. I know he can throw 100 pitches by the 6th inning, and that really frustrates people. But tell me the last game that Lance Lynn wasn't in by the 6th inning. When he came out of that game, tell me the last game that Lance Lynn hadn't thrown a quality game. I'm sure there's been a couple, but for the most part, that guy keeps you in games by throwing quality starts or close to quality starts all the time.
5 of the last 6 games, he's thrown 6 innings.
That's the problem. He only goes 6.
6 innings or more.
Oh, 6 more. Okay.
He threw 7 innings in one, but most are around 6. But he hasn't given up more than 3 runs since his back-to-back 7-run games. So 6 straight games of 3 runs or fewer, and he's given up 2 runs in his last 4 outings.
I mean, that's impressive. And now that you say that, I do remember those back-to-back.
How much is Lynn worth on the open market?
It's a good question. I mean,
this is a 30-year-old hitting the market, gets at least 4 years.
1 year removed from Tommy John injury, and I don't think that scares.
Stronger than any.
I was going to say, I think more than anything now, if you're a year removed, they almost like you more with Tommy John surgery. They feel like, all right, he's had his injury, now we're good to go. I mean, is he at $20 million a year?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, if Leake's close to $20 million, Lynn's better than him. Isn't
Good
he?
call. Yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely is. So he's going to be a $20 to $25 million guy.
I mean, he's at least similar value.
Right.
I mean, he's a 15 to 20 million guy.
And Lynn's going to look for years. He wants you. I mean, the Cardinals aren't going to be able to swallow him up for 3 years, $60 million.
Oh, he's not going to take the hometown discount?
No, I don't think so. I've never felt like that from Lance Lynn. There's some guys that maybe you feel like they might.
Those nicer guys.
Right, the nicer guys.
That truly appreciate the wearing the birds on the back.
That play the Cardinal way. Those kind of guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Underrated about Lance Lynn and most pitchers. Monster. He's a monster.
Oh, my goodness.
Remember seeing him up close?
Yes.
Like 6'5", 250 pounds.
He's huge. I mean, that guy, all of these guys, these professional athletes anymore, when did it become you have to be 6'4" or taller to be anything?
That's
Right?
why the Marcus Stromans of the world are really rare, right?
Well, Mike Leake, he's not very tall, right?
Yeah.
It is true that it seems like Harry, are you 6'4"? Yeah, he's 6'4". So I mean, that's proof.
That's like an average pitcher.
We got a bunch of guys here at this station, and the one guy that was able to play college ball is 6'4". I mean, and don't you be flexing in there.
Austin's pretty tall.
Well, no, you're right. Are you 6'4", Austin? So, there you go, 6'3.5". Yeah, so 6'4" is the cutoff.
All right. So
he's staring at me.
College.
Hey, I put myself in the same boat.
College football fans are going to go crazy.
Uh-oh.
Because for years, whenever a college football or an NFL job opening is opened up, who's one of the top names we always put on that list?
In college football or NFL?
He's a very visible guy.
Oh,
he's a character. He won a Super Bowl.
Bill Cowher?
No. Close. He makes a lot of money.
The former Tampa Bay Buccaneer coach.
John Gruden.
John Gruden. Good call.
So he told PewterReport.com.
Pewter.
Pewter.
Okay.
Pewter.
He
said, quote, I am every year preparing myself to coach. Sometimes I show up at a training camp and I show up in the offseason and people let me coach. I jump in drills and they let me install plays and call plays at home. I haven't lost the itch, though. I miss the players. I won't deny that. I don't want to start anything, but I say the same thing to everybody. There are very few passions in my life. The man upstairs, family, and football. Gruden said he's had opportunities to return, but he's just holding out for the perfect fit.
Chicago Bears football.
However, he ruled out coaching in college, joking, I would probably have you on probation within 4 or 5 weeks.
At least he's honest.
Said, I've met with several people. I won't deny that.
Okay.
But he's saying that he is interested. He's preparing to come back to coaching.
That is interesting.
When an NFL job arises.
Would you entertain the thought of John Gruden
As
being
a
the
Bears
coach of the Chicago Bears? That's tricky. And I know it's kind of like it's the old Steve Lavin argument. You know, when he was on ESPN and everybody thought, or not, was it Steve Lavin? Is that right? Yeah. And you thought to yourself, all right, he was a good coach. He did really well. Yeah. And now all of a sudden he's known by recruits. He's the guy I want. I don't know that executives or, people that own teams would necessarily look at John Gruden and go, yep, he's the guy I want.
Here's the thing about Gruden. He's stayed in the game.
Yeah, true.
He's the offensive-based coach. The Bears, if they fire Fox, have to hire an offensive coach.
Yes.
Because you just drafted Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah. No, good call.
They should have just hired Adam Gase.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Instead of John Fox. But they need to hire an offensive coach, but to surround Mitch Trubisky, I'd still rather have that up-and-comer who's currently in the game.
Okay.
I'd rather have that hot offensive coordinator.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
This version of Adam Gase.
I mean, Gruden's been out of it for how long? I'm not saying you can't come back.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that is not, is that unparalleled? Did Dick Vermeil do that?
How many times do the third time around coaches work out?
I don't really have the
and that's
stats,
why
but it's true.
People always bring up Lovie Smith.
Yes.
Is the NFL banging down his door?
I don't think so.
As a head coach?
I don't think so.
And are they as a defense coordinator? Because, there's not a lot of Tampa 2 left in the league.
No, that's a good point. The game's kind of passed him by, if you will.
And I mentioned that when he got hired, and you guys brought up his name the day he got fired. You're like, what about Illinois? And I'm like, I don't know. It seems like his system's kind of getting outdated a little bit.
That is funny. Well, I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting, but I think Lovie seems content here.
Well, there's a lot of people that say otherwiss, right?
Really?
I mean, that Adam Rittenberg thing.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
I guess today, David Kaplan said it again that he's not doesn't love it down there.
Maybe all of a sudden he's arrived. He thought things would be different. I know when he arrived.
I mean, he's getting paid so much money,
a lot of money.
So much money.
He talked about the college atmosphere, and he talked about all that. It seemed like
and
it
you
was.
You could say that.
Well, you could say, but it seemed genuine when he said.
We've asked him about it, and he said, "I'm good."
Yeah,
I think his salary will tell him. Yeah, this is smart of me. I got job security. I'm making a lot of money. Do I want to pass this up to be a defensive coordinator in the NFL?
No.
So I don't think he's going to get a head job.
No,
I could be absolutely wrong.
Unless you're just so tired of recruiting, that'd be the one thing. Or losing.
He seems to like it, though.
Okay.
He seems to really like it.
Well, let's hope he does it really well this weekend.
And he gets to stay home a lot more than the assistant coaches.
Amen to that. Hey, let the 4 stars eat first tonight, kids. They're the priorities. Don't you think? Oh, no, I better not say that. Well, they're not listening.
Hey, thanks to our guests today, Brad Dancer, Illini tennis coach, Robert Rosenthal, IlliniBoard.com, and Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com. If you missed any of the show, get the podcast at ESPNCU.com, or you can find us on iTunes. That's all powered by GTPS.
It's Friday, man. It's the weekend. And I didn't even play my song. Can I play it to go out?
Go for it.
Everybody have a great weekend. Here comes Kenny.
The 2017 Champaign County Fair returns to the Champaign County Fairgrounds Friday, July 21st through Saturday, July 29th. Enjoy fair food and carnival rides, live music in the beer pavilion, and tons of events at the grandstand. Friday, it's Division II Midget Series racing. Saturday at the fair, it's Military Day with the Classic and Custom Car and Truck Show and the Demolition Derby at 6 p.m. Family and Agricultural Day takes place Sunday at the fair. And new this year, the IPRA Rodeo presented by Wooten Rodeo Company at the grandstand at 5:30. Monday, it's Livestock Day and the Big Talent Show. Tuesday at the fairgrounds, don't miss harness racing. Wednesday, July 26th, the Champaign County Fairgrounds, the Dick Andre Memorial Race. Thursday, it's 4-H and Youth Day. Then Friday, live music from country stars Chris Young and Drew Baldridge on the Craig's Concrete Stage. Then the fair wraps up Saturday, July 29th with tractor pulls all day long. Kids and families will love Bracelet Day. Unlimited rides on Sunday, July 23rd, Tuesday, July 25th, and Saturday, July 29th. Go to ChampaignCountyFair.cc for more information. That's ChampaignCountyFair.cc. Go to ChampaignCountyFair.cc.
Hey, what are you doing on August 25th and 26th?
I don't know. Why?
Well, I'm on the Urbana Sweet Corn Festival website, and I saw some awesome volunteer opportunities.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you can volunteer at their corn eating contests, cornhole games, beer tents.
Oh, let me see. These opportunities look awesome. Click on that. What's the entertainment for this year?
The Main Stage lineup covers an array of classic rock, rhythm and blues, and jazz by some awesome local bands.
Wait, Candy Foster's playing? And Love Sign, ESP, Andy Moe, Kings Highway, The Boat Drunks, Tons of Fun Band, and a performance for Elnora, the Guitar Festival at Cranor?
And there's even more stages. The One Community Together, Fulton Roots, and wow, the downtown bars have live music too.
That's 2 days of music we cannot miss.
Oh, look, we can bring the kids too. There's a puzzle hunt by CU Adventures, didgeridoo making, inflatables, and the Motor Muster Car Show.
You can take the kids, but I'm all over that $6 souvenir cup that can be filled at any downtown bar or festival beer stand.
Well, since it's a 2-day festival, I'm sure we can do it all.
Sponsored in part by the Urbana Business Association, City of Urbana, Bud Light, and this station. For more information, visit UrbanaSweetCornFestival.com.
Law enforcement official of the month this month is Pete Melankovic, and he's relatively new in the U of I police force. What has been your favorite aspect of your work?
The camaraderie. That's something I missed right away out of the Marine Corps. I got out, and for a year I was like, I'm going to find a nice, easy job, nice apple pie life, just enjoy the family time. And then something was missing. And after that year, I started getting antsy again. When my daughter brought that up, I was like, all right, this is what I'm missing in my life. Being able to work with those officers, the way we come together and attack things with teamwork. Just the men and women on that department being part of that brotherhood and sisterhood.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And you graduated here.
Graduated from
in
here.
What?
I graduated in sociology.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You have to be able to read people.
Yeah.
So now you can use that.
Yep.
Well, Pete, I'm so glad you came out. Congratulations. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor to be here.
Brought to you by SK Exteriors, their website, callsktoday.com. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Steve Lennox.